All right, here we go. The mighty return of Ryan Davis back on Vlad TV. First time since 2019.
I know, man. It's been 6 years. Jesus.
7 years now.
Yeah, running on 7, yeah.
Man, and you have gone leaps and bounds.
Yeah, man.
Since this last interview.
Yeah.
Leaps and bounds. Because we caught you fairly early.
Caught me early, before any TV, before anything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you've always been a supporter of the come up, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. You know, it's
that.
only right. We ran into each other recently. So I'm like, yo, let's do another one.
Let's do another one.
Let's do another one. Well, I think the biggest thing that actually happened between you and I, without actually personally interacting, was an interview I did with Aries Spears.
Yes.
Where I did a this or that. And he kept picking you over all these other comedians. Over and over and over again. Some of which are like OG, like legendary comedians. And that almost, like, I feel like it kind of like divided the comedy community in a certain type of way.
Artists, like, man, Erykah Badu said it best. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit.
Right.
So all artists, hate comparison, hate like anything that feels like they're being slighted, So I can see some people getting mad, but for the most part, everybody was a great sport. I made a video after Michael Blackson, did it where we left a voicemail where he's like, just so you know I'm better than you. And so it was like him. Eddie Griffin did it for me. Earthquake did it for me. Gary Owen did it for me.
Yeah, they were all listed.
Yeah, Miss Pat would have done it, but she was working in Baltimore that night and I couldn't get. And Lunel had agreed to do it too, but I couldn't get her on the phone. But everybody was a good sport about it for the most part, because I have relationships with these people. It's not a big deal, but some people do feel slighted. Guy Torry, great sport about it. You know what I mean? Guy Torry even, after that, Guy Torry even shouted me out and he gave me my props. The first time I ever went to Essence Festival, Guy Torry booked me to do the return of Fat Tuesdays. Yeah, and he did it. Man, he didn't have to throw me that gig or nothing, but he, through word of mouth and in doing his due diligence, he had heard that I was really nice with it. So, and he booked me. And Guy, one time I was doing St. Louis this year, he posted a promo video on my behalf. Now he was like, oh, you're going to be in St. Louis? He went and posted, hey, St. Louis, my hometown, go support my brother. So it's like, some people get mad, but there's a lot of people who they either thought it was funny or they were supportive or they just didn't care.
Right. Well, Pierre cared.
Yes.
Pierre, I believe, challenged Aries to a versus or something.
Yeah. Pierre was hot. Pierre was hot. And then slighted me. And then I brought up hey, bro, you ain't have to slight me to do this.
How did he slight you?
He was like, I should be ashamed of myself.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't even have nothing to do with it.
But
he
was part of the conversation at that point.
Yeah, he was like, I should be ashamed of myself for allowing myself to be even compared to some of the people in there, as if I had anything to do with it.
I didn't call you to say you're going to be on this list.
Nothing. Yo, it came to me. And the thing was, I appreciated Aries for it. When it got 10 people in, I was like, hell yeah, this is great. But when it got to 15 or so people, I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to address this in some way. But I don't run from tension that comes from people's egos. We're all comics. All of us are egotistical. We stand on stage and put everybody else in the dark and tell them to be quiet. And the only sound you're allowed to make is a laughter at my command. So all of the comedians that try to act like I'm arrogant, the nature of the job is arrogant. We all have an ego. So I don't pay that any attention. I thought it was fun. Some people, it's not fun for some people. For me, it's at least we're being talked about. You know what I mean? Anytime comedy is going viral, it's a good thing. It's not like somebody said anybody sucked. Nobody said, Aries not at any point said that anybody was a terrible comic or nothing. He was just like, it was just this or that. I think, and also you mess with people nostalgia. Whenever you go, this new guy.
Versus an old guy.
Yeah, versus an old guy. Yeah. And man, that's always going to be the case. That's why every time there's new rappers or there's new basketball players and you go, oh, this person is moving up, they're like, and then someone with their nostalgia will go, well, they could never do it back in the day. In my time, our people were like, that's everybody. And, you know, when you mess with people's nostalgia, they get upset. I understand that that's part of the game, and I hope my fans do that years down the line when there's some comic and they're like, he's better than Ryan Davis. I want my old-ass fans at the time to be like, no, he wasn't. He couldn't have survived in the Ryan Davis era. Like this, hey, man, it's just the way it is. I don't take it personally, you know.
Well, I think it's time for us to actually play the game ourselves.
Hey, let's do it.
Let's do it. Now, just so you know, this list of stand-up comics are people that have been interviewed on Vlad TV. Okay? Eddie Murphy's not on the list. Chappelle's not on the list.
Okay.
Chris Rock is not on the list. This is why these people are absent. I just simply have not interviewed them on my platform before.
Yes.
But it is a very big list, and in fact, I realized I've missed a few people along the way, so your list is going to be the longest yet.
Okay, let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah.
T.I. or Charleston White?
Tip.
T.I. or Bubba Dub?
Ooh. I know this is where it starts bothering people because both of them are probably seeing it be like, what? I'm not better. Nah, man, it's close. It's, I'm gonna go Tip.
T.I. or Country Wayne?
Wayne.
Country Wayne or Affion Crockett?
Give me Wayne.
Country Wayne or Pierre?
Wayne.
Country Wayne or A.J. Johnson?
Wayne.
Country Wayne or Lil Rel?
Me Rail.
Lil Rel or Capone?
Rail.
Lil Rel or Ricky Smiley?
Like them both. Man, both of them have a special that I rock with. I like Casket's Sharp, but I'm still going Rail. Storytelling.
Lil Rel or Tony Rock?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Michael Collier?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or George Wallace?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Charlie Murphy?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Arsenio Hall?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Bill Bellamy?
Tony Rock. Shout out to Bill. Bill a monster. With Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Sinbad?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Joe Torry?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Guy Torry?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Hope Flood?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Miss Pat?
Oh, man. I love Pat. Oh, man. Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Donnell Rawlings?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or Carlos Mencia?
Tony Rock.
Tony Rock or D. Ray Davis?
D. Ray.
D. Ray Davis or Gary Owen?
Hold on, because Gary got on Aries about not taking time. Don't answer.
Oh, you said you chose too quick.
He chose too quick. This one right here is neck and neck. Shit. I'm gonna go D. Ray.
D. Ray Davis or Burt Kreischer?
D. Ray.
D. Ray Davis or Andrew Schultz?
This is where it gets tough because there's two different styles.
Mm-hmm.
D-Ray, the amount of respect I have for D-Ray, because in comedy, when you're talking stand-up, I always call it like a tool belt. Like, there's different things you have to be able to do. D-Ray Davis is probably the only comedian outside of, like, Eddie Murphy and Jamie Foxx, where you like, they can do anything. D-Ray is great at everything. And Andrew Schultz is, I think he's a better writer than D-Ray in certain material. But it's just like, Andrew got more work to do. I'm going to go D-Ray.
D. Ray Davis or Russell Peters?
D-Ray.
D. Ray Davis or Mark Curry?
D-Ray.
D. Ray Davis or John Witherspoon?
D-Ray. Shout out to John Witherspoon.
Yeah, legend.
Legend. So is D-Ray. They need to start giving him his flowers.
Yeah, no, that's my man.
Yeah, they gotta start giving him his flowers.
I love D-Ray.
Him and Tony Rock. They some of the nicest to ever do it.
D-Ray Davis or Michael Blackson?
It's D-Ray, but shout out to Blackson. You know, them two actually are two of the biggest selling comics in clubs history. They would go back and forth breaking records in attendance.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now Mojo Brooks and Gary Owen is going out here and breaking. Like, people don't know D-Ray has done everything there is to do in the comedy space. That's why it's so hard for me to like pick somebody over him, man.
So you're picking D-Ray over Michael Blackson?
I got D-Ray.
Okay. D-Ray Davis or Joe Coy?
D-Ray.
D-Ray Davis or Linnell?
Oh, man. It's different. Linnell, for what she, you know, oh man, it's the same kind of thing. She's done everything. Stand up, straight up stand up. I mean D-Ray.
D-Ray Davis or Tiffany Haddish?
D-Ray.
D-Ray Davis or DC Young Fly?
D-Ray.
D-Ray Davis or Faison Love?
D-Ray. Shout out to my pops though.
D-Ray Davis or Tommy Davidson?
D-Ray.
D-Ray Davis or Lavelle Crawford?
Oh. Man. Oh, man. Lavelle, let's go.
Okay. Lavelle Crawford or Aries Spears?
That's so different. Let me see. Aries.
Aries Spears or Ali Siddiq?
Ali.
Ali Siddiq or Earthquake?
Ali.
Ali Siddiq or Eddie Griffin?
Whoo!
It's going to keep getting harder, just so you know.
Oh my God, boy! See, that's what makes these so fun. Because the matchups matter. There's people I've picked, and I wouldn't pick over these people, but they didn't get a chance to be matched up, so it did. It's all preference, man. This junk is crazy. Oh, Ali, Eddie. Oh man, we talking about Ali, the most prolific storyteller in the past 30, 40 years of Eddie Griffin. I'm a Eddie baby, you know what I mean? It's the intellectual, but still blunt and raw. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna go Ali.
Ali Siddiq or Dion Cole?
Oh, Vlad. What kind of person are you, brother? God.
Hey man, my catalog is deep. My comedy catalog is deep.
Oh.
Shout out to my man Dion.
Shout out to Dion. You talking
did
about
a show.
prolific, boy. Oh my God. And he just played Don King in the new Michael movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's great, man. All right.
Ali Siddiq or Dion Cole?
It's
you got to
just
pick
Ali.
one. There's no ties here, by the way.
Yeah.
You can't tie your way out of this one.
No, I don't tie. I ain't doing no ties.
That's right.
Ali's work ethic, and it's that many projects, that many good projects, over and over again without repeating material or anything or repeating stories. Ali. It's Ali.
Ali Siddiq or Cedric the Entertainer?
Oh, this is fucking with my childhood. Hey, this game sucks, bro. Now you think I didn't even realize how bad it sucks to be in this. This game is terrible.
You signed up for this, man.
Yeah,
you signed up for it.
I thought this would be way different on this side of it. Trash. Do not recommend. Shout out to Bubba Dub. Trash. Man, I love that kid, man. Bubba Dub is special. Dag. I'm gonna go Ali.
Ali Siddiq or Kevin Hart?
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna be fair to Kevin. I'm gonna be fair to Kevin, and I'm gonna be fair to Ali, and I'm gonna sit with this one. Because this is two storytellers. This is two prolific storytellers. They both in the same window as far as that goes. They both got classics. If I'm taking, I gotta look at grown little man, seriously funny, laugh at my pain. I gotta look at Domino Effect, My Two Sons, Rugged, Domino Effect 2 and 3. Ugh. Fuck. Damn, that's crazy. It's Ali. It's Ali.
Ali Siddiq or D.L. Hughley?
This is crazy. DL is, oh man. How many you got left, man?
One more after this.
Okay, cool.
You trying to get out of this seat, huh?
Man, I'm trying to get out of here. I just, man. And I think some of my answers is, can't help it, kind of prisoner of the moment type thing. Because if you ain't put no work out in a while, you know, it's easier to remember somebody who's got something fresh.
Yeah, I mean, DL's a king of comedy, though.
Yeah,
Let's not forget his status.
He is.
This is why it gets harder to thin.
And Reset, and he got specials that are like that. Mm-hmm. But Ali is on a legendary type run. I've never seen anything like this. It's Ali.
Here goes the final one. Ali Siddiq or Cat Williams?
Oh, Ali Siddiq, landslide.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, Yeah, the other ones, it's.
Really? I mean, it's not like Cat doesn't have classics.
He got two. He came out the gate, back to back.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. Two classics right off the bat.
I mean, I would say that his more recent ones weren't, in the classic category.
Hey, that's your opinion.
That's my opinion. I'm saying it.
All I'm going to say is.
But he does have bona fide classics.
He has bona fide classics.
Yeah.
So with me, like in the all-time listing, right? Mm-hmm. Like what Ali is doing is so fresh that I think people don't get to appreciate it as much because people don't put out. If you're not a comic, you don't know how hard it is to put out 10 specials in like a 4-year span or something like that. And for them to all be good and you're not repeating material or repeating stories or repeating, like, this is prolific in a way you can't really explain it. And he has, a lot of people have classics, bona fide classics. I would say at least 4 of Ali's are bona fide classics, like bona fide. So
Mexicans got on boots.
You see what I'm saying? He's like, Ali Siddiq, thank God I get to think this highly of somebody that I have a relationship with. I think this highly of him. I think this highly of Kevin Hart, Deion Cole, most of the people on that list. That's why the this or that, it doesn't give me enough time to really just tell you how much I appreciate all these people. And then the general public is going to see this and they're going to have these ideas of, just because I chose somebody over something, y'all don't know. I don't have time to explain the reason because you guys don't understand this art form the way that I understand it, and you don't look at it the way that I look at it. And like even me picking D-Ray and Tony Rock over a lot of people, you guys didn't see what I've seen. I've gone to shows with some of the biggest names, and Tony Rock was part of that package show. And I've gone like with the mother of my children, and we meet backstage, and I was like, no, we got to get to our seats. Tony about to go up. You need to see this. He gonna bring the house down. You got to see this. Earthquake is like that. You know what I mean? And D-Ray has had the longest running room in LA for the most part every Monday, where he's just getting up and doing different material every week. D-Ray can do crowd work. He can do relationship stuff. Mm-hmm. He can talk about social issues. He can roast. There's nothing that can happen on stage that's ever going to throw D-Ray off. And I don't think people understand how good you have to be to where nothing is going to be a problem for you.
Yeah. Yeah, man, listen, he's a beast. Beast. Tony Rock is great. Now, let me ask you a question. Tony Rock or Chris Rock?
It all depends on what you like. See, me, I think Chris is arguably the greatest to ever do it. I think Chris is probably the greatest to ever do it.
His specials, Bring the Pain.
Bring the Pain, Bigger and Blacker, Kill the Messenger.
Yeah,
we talking
all
about
that.
Classic after classic.
People still say, toss my salad.
Yeah.
To this day.
So that's what people don't understand. Like, whenever we get into the things, like when I pick Lavelle Crawford over somebody, and then I pick somebody over Lavelle Crawford, it's for two different reasons. You know, Lavelle Crawford might be one of the top 4 to 5 funniest people to ever live. Because the way he sounds, the way he puts it together, aesthetically, it's just, he's hilarious. No matter what, Lavelle could read to you, and you're gonna die laughing. There's so much that goes into why people laugh. And that's why that's why everybody have these different ideas of what funny is. There's so many people who will probably watch this and be like, well, Ryan isn't really funny. You don't understand. I don't write for you. You know what I mean? I don't write for you. To the people I write for, they'll tell. I read a comment on my special. Someone was like, I had to pause it. This is the first special in like 10 years. I had to pause and wipe tears out of my face. Because it's for who it's for. That's the way comedy works, you know. And unfortunately, because of my sense of humor or what I appreciate, I don't get to love everybody the same. But I do know that all these people are beasts, you know what I mean. And I respect everybody for doing it. But at the same time, it's a lot of people who are legendary who I'm never going to think are better than J.J. Williamson from Mississippi, or Marvin Hunter from Mississippi. Or Carlos Miller from Mississippi. Yeah. It's a lot of people who don't get that. You guys never get to see. You guys never get to see them, because if the industry don't put people in front of y'all, in y'all's mind, they don't exist. Or if if the industry puts somebody in front of y'all a lot, in y'all's mind, this must be the funniest person. Because there's no way the industry would bypass on the best. The industry does bypass on some of the best all the time. I'm blessed enough to get to see everybody. It's a lot of people like Miss Pat is huge now. We've known about Miss Pat forever. Y'all got to her late. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people like that I could just name. So I just hope when people see stuff like this, it's like, man, I love all y'all. But it, like, little things, like some people might feel some type of way because I picked Country Wayne over some people. Country Wayne got 2 specials. Mm-hmm. You know how hard it is to do to have 2 specials out, 2 major specials out? Whether you, no matter what you feel about that, hey man, if you feel like you better than him, then put out more work. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna thank Earthquake for that. Earthquake did that with me. I was man, I and shout out to everybody who's like been like a mentor to me. Him and DL Hughley, you know what I mean? Some more is giving me advice. Fucking Lavelle Crawford is giving me advice, man. I've been blessed to even be able to talk to some of these people. But I was critical of somebody's special. It's actually, I was critical of Dave Chappelle's special.
Which one?
It wasn't even as special. That's what happened. It was when they opened the school on his behalf or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, he had got some award and they named the school after him or something, or he did something, he donated to a school. And he said it'll be years, many years down the line before you see somebody as prolific as stand-up as him. And I was like, oh, he don't know I exist. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah. He was kind of like bragging on himself.
Yeah, he was like real braggadocious. And I was like, nah, nigga, I'm out here.
Hold my drink.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm out here. I'm nice like that. And then Earthquake, who did a special with Chappelle and was touring with Chappelle at the time, he was like, hey, Chappelle, he ain't gonna never, and me and Chappelle have a relationship now. He's cool. You know what I mean? He actually said I can go on the road with him. You know what I mean? Yeah,
You're about to go on the road with Chappelle.
Man,
okay.
If it would listen, we shall see, because, schedules and stuff got to come together. But that's one of the things I want to do. And me and him talked about it, and he was like, yeah, he's 100% with it. But Quake was like, hey, young boy, I have no problem with you sticking your chest out and being confident in yourself. You know what I mean? I fuck with it. But when you do that, people are going to ask, all right, since you like that, where to work at?
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't have a special out.
Yeah, there you go.
And
so you're just talking at that point.
So I'm just talking at that point.
Right.
Man, Earthquake made me feel this. He was like, hey, brother, all that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't got no workout in the streets. You just sound like somebody talking. Mm-hmm. So I went after that. My main focus was shooting my special after that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can't talk if you ain't got no workout.
Well, didn't you shoot your special, but nobody wanted to pick it up?
It wasn't that nobody wanted to pick it up. Nobody I wanted to pick up.
Right, like Netflix and all that.
Netflix. I didn't have a problem with Netflix passing on it. It was how they went about it.
What do you mean?
So when I shot the special, everything, they got it. We walked it in. Dion Cole walked it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got multiple specials.
And he got multiple specials. Yeah. They actually came to him and was like, we want to do another one with you. He was like, before we get into doing one with me, I got one, and he was putting himself on as an executive producer, everything.
Okay.
Walked it. Nah, he saw it.
That's a big deal coming from Dion Cole.
Yes, he saw it before everybody saw it, and he was like, no, this is special. And he was like, nah, before we talk about my deal, look at this. And he walked it in there, and they held it.
What do you mean?
We looked for a response for like 4 to 5 months. They kept giving me the runaround, and then they finally was like, no. And they gave me the runaround, and then they closed the deal with Dion, and then they were like, no.
Well, I mean, look, that's their choice.
Right.
They're Netflix. They have their own, statistics and their own analytics.
Exactly.
For them to form their opinion. You can't take that personally.
I didn't.
Good.
No reason why. No nothing. Just
but they don't owe you that.
I never said they did.
Yeah.
No nothing. So and then after that, I'm like, all right, cool. Let's figure out what we're gonna do. Then they come to me. Somebody from Netflix comes and they're like, hey man, will he do the Netflix as a joke festival? I'm like, all right, opportunity. Maybe there's something,
Yeah.
So shout out to Gary Owen. Gary has always looked out for me. I did the show with him. It went really well. After I got off stage, one of the representatives from Netflix, who the special was given to, was like, oh my God, that was so great. You were so funny. Same shit from the special. That's when I got mad, Vlad. That's when I was like, oh, y'all playing with me.
You feel like they didn't watch it?
That's how it felt. It's like, you ain't even watch it. Or I don't know, man. It just didn't. That's when it didn't sit well with me. People think that I have like this problem with rejection. I don't give a fuck if y'all didn't accept it. But I didn't like the chain of events. That didn't sit well with me. And I was like, you know what? all right, cool. And then from that moment, I started clipping it. I started just clipping pieces of the special. Because I was like, man, damn, I wasn't even worth the look. The nothing. And this is the thing. They always have reasons as to why they don't do things, right? And one of the things they're like, oh, you got to be a certain level of popularity. I've been popular for years. Content has done millions upon hundreds of millions of views. I have an audience. I've been selling out shows all over the country for years. And then they'll give a special to somebody who don't have an audience at all. So explain that to me. So it's like there's always some goalposts moving. So I was like, you know what? For whatever reason, I'll just start clipping my special and putting it out. I started putting just clips of my special out, and it was doing better numbers than everything that they had clipped on their page. And then that's when I went and I made a video, and I told the truth. I was like, yo, I bet it on myself, and I took it to Netflix. They rejected it. These are the analytics. These are the numbers. I'm not lying to you. You guys have shown that you like my shit more than you like they shit. They got a bigger audience. You know what I mean? They got a bigger platform. And I was like, yo, if you really rock with me, come over to my Patreon, and you can view the special. I'm dropping it, and Patreon collabed with me to do it, and I'm telling you, it did. It did numbers.
Okay, so you put it on Patreon.
Yeah.
It was a 1 hour special?
1 hour special.
How much you sell it for?
So if you were a Patreon member already, you had access to it. You could be a member, or you could just buy it straight out.
Okay.
For like $10 or something like that.
And the membership is how much?
Membership is as low as $5. There's tiers.
So for as low as $5, you can get the special.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you say how much you made off it?
I ain't never gonna do that. But yeah. But it was great.
It was great.
It was great.
Okay, because didn't you also put it on Ali Siddiq's YouTube?
So after I took it from there, and this is crazy. Me and Ali, that's my brother. Comedy shit aside, that's my fucking brother. Ali, we would talk. He actually, people don't even realize how old my special is. Like right now we in 2026 and it's doing numbers. I shot it in 2023. Cause all of the stuff I went through, just years passing by. My son about to turn 9 in the comedy special. I'm like, my 5-year-old son. That's how old it is. I was shooting mine when Ali Siddiq was shooting his first Domino Effect. We were having conversations about it then. And then he went through more than me. He just don't talk. Ali don't share his story. But Ali went through a lot, and everything worked out for him. And I was talking to him, and he just understood everything I was going through. And Ali is a comedy snob just like me. So he's just not gonna put you on his platform. He gotta see it, and it's gotta be worth it. And I had never been so nervous because I think I'm dope, but Ali is dope for real. And I know when I pass it to him, I'm passing it to somebody who he ain't looking at it with the same eye as like a producer or anything like this. He do this. So I got to impress him. So whenever he hit me back and he was like, yeah, nah, let's collaborate on this. And we did. And after I did the whole run of Patreon, we ended up putting it on his platform, and it's been out about 6 months, 4 million views. And I've been privy to see the numbers from Netflix specials. They don't even have 10 specials in the past. They don't have 10 specials, I think, in the past year and a half, 2 years has done 4 million views. I would have been one of their biggest specials. So.
Well, I mean, although YouTube and Netflix the analytics are different on both platforms.
A little bit.
YouTube is a free platform. Netflix is a paid platform. Not everyone has a Netflix account, although a lot of people do, obviously.
A lot of people do.
A lot of people do, but YouTube is free. So, It's not exactly apples to apples. I'm not downplaying your numbers, but we just got to keep it fair.
I didn't feel that way.
Yeah,
I didn't
we
feel
got to keep
that way.
it fair.
I didn't feel that way.
4 million is still 4 million.
But also, isn't Tubi free?
Yeah.
Don't do the same kind of numbers as Netflix, though.
Yeah, Tubi doesn't have as big of an audience.
But that's what I'm saying.
But YouTube does.
YouTube
actually has a bigger audience
than anybody.
Than everyone combined.
Yeah, but see,
but that's combined.
So that's
you
what I'm
take
saying.
Netflix, Amazon, Tubi.
So the free
and
of
combine it, you were not going to get.
But
YouTube.
the free of it also hurts you, right? Because people see it as a lack of prestige whenever it's free.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So Netflix, I think people think I wanted the validation from Netflix when really I wanted their audience. YouTube audience is a lot of people who consume free stuff. Mm-hmm. Netflix are people who are willing to pay for entertainment. Mm-hmm. I'm a comic. I want people who are willing to pay for entertainment because I'm going to tour.
Yeah.
So if I tour and I'm touring in front of people who just, not even in front of people, if I'm like promoting my tour to people who don't want to pay for entertainment, then there's no growth in my career. So it was, for me, the Netflix move was a business move. You know, I know that's a ticket buying audience. That was the reason why. It was never for any validation. I always thought I'm just as dope no matter where I'm at. You know what I mean? The special is the same special, whether it's on Netflix or TikTok. It's the same jokes, it's the same video, it's everything the same. So, but it was cool to see that I was right, you know, and your platform with Aries doing the this or that, it grew another 200,000 views.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. My interview with Aries got you another 200,000 views.
It brought like,
what's up, man.
It brought like 100,000 in the first week.
I'm going to interrupt you. I love to hear shit like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not a hater. I'm not a pocket watcher. I'm happy when something that I helped put together has benefited other people.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
That made my day.
I appreciate it.
Well, you didn't ask me to do it. It just happened.
That's why I came back to show. I'm coming back to show love, bro.
Nice.
Man. Because that came, and what it did was, that's the thing people don't understand. They look at something always as negative. What it did was, it drew a lot of people who wanted to hate on me. They're like,
let me see this shit.
Yeah, let me see this shit.
He probably whacking.
Yeah, and what it ended up doing,
pretty good.
We were like, damn, he was actually way better than I thought. I ended up gaining more fans because some people, you don't believe it. Like, you saw me live.
You got introduced as Aries Spears and Ryan Davis. Like, literally one of my lines introduced you on stage. But by the way, man, you killed it that night. I thought you were the best act that night. I'm just going to say that right now.
You can't say stuff like that,
I can say that. That's my opinion.
I know that's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
That
was the first time I got to see you, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Because up to that point, we've just had interviews. I've never seen a comedy special.
Yeah, if you only see my interviews or you only see my social media content, my stand-up isn't like that.
Yeah.
My stand-up isn't like that. So, shout out to Aries for even, sharing the stage with me. A lot of people won't do that. A lot of people do not share their audience with other people. You know what I mean? And he was like, we did each other's podcasts. Aries has been really supportive, and that means a lot to me coming from somebody that people try to label a hater, and he showed me so much love. And like you saw, man, I really do this. So whenever people saw the special, it's so many comments of, oh, I'm a new fan. Oh, I can't believe that he's been under the radar all this time. This is great. And those comments mean a lot more to me than if Netflix came along and came with some validation. I don't care. But the people who were like, you know what? I was wrong about him. You know what I mean? Stuff like that means a lot to me. And now we sitting at 4 million. You know what I mean? Hopefully by the end of the year, we can get to 5.5, 6. That's the goal.
So, do you guys have some sort of deal worked out?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah.
So you guys basically split the revenue.
Yeah, you can't have no conversation without money. The money conversation. But the thing about the money conversation with me and Ali, it was a nothing conversation. It was a nothing conversation because we're both bringing something to the table.
Right.
He's bringing the platform that he built with his and I know that his audience is a stand-up comedy audience, right? There's a whole bunch of heat behind him. I had a bunch of heat behind me because of the whole thing with Netflix, and it was going crazy on social media. I think the post that I made about Netflix rejecting it and me putting my own special out has done like 9 million just on Facebook. Did another like 8 on Instagram, another 5 on TikTok. So it was like a really big thing. And so we just combined and was like, hey, man. And I went to him. I was like, hey, man, whatever split you say, I'm going with. You my brother. You know what stuff is worth. You've seen what all your specials. You got all the analytics. I'm just bringing you this IP. I still own it. What? Hey, and then me and Ali did. And then he had New Year's in Houston. He brought me and David Banner to do it with him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He didn't need us to sell tickets or nothing. Anytime I got any free time where I'm not on the road, if I can get to one of Ali's shows, Ali will put me up and put money in my pocket. Man, he just genuinely one of the best people I've ever met and ever known in my life. If you work with him, he pay you early. You get paid way before you even get the show.
Yeah, no, Ali is dope, man. My man Willie D introduced us when I was in Houston, and we did an interview. The interview blew up.
Yeah.
Did great numbers. He covered a bunch of stuff. Ali really is crazy in real life, by the way.
Oh, my
really
God.
Is like that.
It makes me laugh to see comments.
If me and Ali get into a real argument, I'm going to back down.
Yo,
I'm letting y'all know that right now.
I see these
I'm not going to keep escalating things with Ali.
People say all the time in the comments, I don't know why he act like it's not an act, bro.
Oh, no. Did you hear about the whole, like, he was going to stab this dude for making him strip, like, in prison and all that?
Yo,
like,
it's not a...
He was dead serious about that shit.
Ali is dead serious. But this is the thing, though. It's just like, it's not a... And I don't say that to be like, oh, it's some street stuff. It's just like... Because I just told you, he's like the nicest guy. He's the most giving dude in the world. It's just like, nah, it comes with both. You get the nicest, most understanding guy, most principled guy ever. And then when you cross him, you get exactly what you're asking for. And he told you who he was before you crossed him.
Yeah, but most of my good friends, they really aren't like that. Because the guys that really are like that, they don't have to pretend to be tough guys. They don't have to create an image. They don't have to personify something. They can be easy and comfortable and happy. And then if that situation arises, then they gotta deal with it. But the dudes who are like the wannabe tough guys, the guys that are really
that's what
pussies.
people think about him. And he's like, Ali he's a comedian. Yeah. He's a jovial dude. Yeah. Like, he makes people laugh. It's whenever you go left, it's like you got to deal with that version of him.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that guy, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Ali. Appreciate him doing the show.
Yeah.
Hopefully get him back at some point in the future, man. But that's dope. And look, I really took it what Ali was doing, and we actually put out our first comedy special with Will Mills.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are still kind of building up.
Yeah.
But he's still a new stand-up comic.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put some money toward that
right
to check. Because Will, like, I think Will is hilarious. But I didn't want to, and when we do this and that, I don't want to judge people based off of,
He was excluded from your list because you've never seen him.
I've never seen him, and then when we're doing this, people I haven't seen in a while. Yeah. So if I've seen you recently and you're a monster, then I'm more likely to pick you when I'm doing that. So it's but I love seeing my peers do their thing, man. Yeah. I can't wait to see what Will's doing.
Well, you're the Mount Rushmore of social media comics.
Yeah.
Now, you picked DC Young Fly.
I did.
Kev on Stage.
Yep.
And Jess Hilarious.
Yep.
Now, you picked yourself.
Yeah.
But I never allow people to pick themselves.
Right.
It's
Mount
Wayne. Rushmores.
It's Country Wayne.
Country Wayne.
It's Country Wayne.
Okay. I've interviewed 2 of them.
Yeah. It's Country Wayne.
And I've been on The Breakfast Club with Jess.
Yeah.
Kev on Stage hates me last I checked.
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I don't see.
I've just seen him like, oh, Vlad's getting canceled. It's about time, and those type of comments.
Yeah. Don't see. Kevin, even...
But I don't know him. And here's the thing. I've seen some of his stuff. I think he's really funny.
That's what I'm saying. Even Kevin, what seems like hate from Kevin is not a lot of energy. It's not as much energy as you probably think it is. Yeah. It's more of a, it's not my thing. Not it's a, I have a problem with it. He wouldn't give anything that much energy. I can't say I know everything about him, but from what I've seen from him, he isn't the type to give anything that much energy. It's either, it's just not something I'm dealing with. That's what it is. He just may always choose to not come on this platform.
That's cool. I mean, he's never been invited.
Yeah.
It's not like we try to book him. I just saw comments about me.
I just don't want you to have this idea that he don't like you, because that's not...
hey, man, listen.
Not like... I know you don't care, but
not really.
This is somebody I have a relationship with, and I just rather... And they're not here to speak for themselves, so I would just speak from what I know. He not the type to really put a lot of energy into hating somebody. That's not his thing.
Listen, Kev, I'm a fan. If you ever want to come to the show, if you just want to have a conversation. So whatever grievances you have with me, I'll happily get on the phone with you. We can have a conversation.
Yeah, he's a dope guy, man. He's a really nice guy.
I like his work. See, like I'm not a hater. Like if you hate me, I hate you too. No, I'm gonna give people their props.
Yeah.
What is due.
Yeah.
Well, you know who's not on this list?
Oh,
Drewski.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could argue with him being the king of internet comedy right now.
I think
right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right now. Rushmore is never about right now.
Okay, fair enough.
If you do right now, Mojo Brooks is on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Desi Banks is on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so right now, Mount Rushmore right now.
See, right now, if you do right now, it's Drewski. Is Mojo Banks. Mojo Brooks. Sorry, Desi Banks. I put their names together. That was wild.
Yeah, I just saw Mojo perform for the first. I saw him a couple times at the We Them Ones.
He good, ain't he?
Yeah.
People don't know Mojo coming, bro.
Yeah,
it's about to be over for a lot of people. Mojo
was he the one that did the taking his niece to go get a dildo? Is that Mojo Brooks? I think that was him. Hold on.
It is.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That was him.
Yeah. So.
And he said he was like. The penises started they fell off the shelf and he was dodging them like the Matrix and all that.
Mojo, that's and then
so okay, hold on. Drewski, Mojo, Desi, and who else? Number 4.
Number 4. I always like to make sure that I keep the ladies in mind.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to be honest. There's not any ladies that come to mind. Not that aren't like dope, but that are doing the numbers and levels that those guys are doing. I think it's unfair to some of the people on, like some of the other people who could be named. So I'm gonna give that last spot to Jack Funny.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack Funny is probably the 4th.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, Jack is like
the other
that.
ones I'm familiar with though.
Yeah.
Well, Chappelle, he got this interview that was done as he was like walking away from some event.
Yeah.
And they asked him about the Chappelle show coming back, and he said, "Well, if you asked me 2 months ago, I would have said absolutely not. But in the last week or so, I'm kind of considering it."
Yeah.
Did you hear it? See that?
I did. It got sent to me. Yeah. I saw it.
Do you think the Chappelle show could really come back?
Yeah. I think it could really come back. I hope it does. And if you see this, I'm just letting you know in advance. I'm gonna be annoying because I'm gonna want to be in it. I'm gonna want to be on it. I'm gonna want to be a writer on it. Everything. I'm probably gonna get on your nerves a little bit, but I think the world needs that. I think the world needs comedy that not pushes the boundaries just for the sake of pushing boundaries. I don't think that's what Chappelle's show ever did. I don't ever felt like he was picking on anybody. It was always thoughtful. And I like thoughtful comedy. And what him and Neil and Bill Burr, Patrice O'Neal, Donnell Rollins, Charlie Murphy, what they were doing over there was special. and it was real conversations about real stuff, but doing it in the silliest way you could possibly do it. And God, I think we need that. We need hard laughs about thoughtful shit. I pray that Dave is serious about that.
And you know what's funny? I think when Eddie Murphy got some award recently, and Chappelle was like, "Oh, I'm going to get you on the next season of Chappelle's show or something like that."
Yeah, he wants him to play Charlie if he ever do it.
Here's the funny part. I don't think I ever put this video out. When me and Charlie had an interview before he passed. Mm-hmm. This was like during the DVD days, right? This is before VladTV, I think. And he said in the next season of Chappelle's show, Eddie Murphy had agreed to do Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories.
Oh,
that was set. Because I remember I asked Charlie, I said, listen, when you guys put together the True Hollywood Stories, did you know you had just such a huge hit on your hands? He said, yeah, because before we aired it, we went to Eddie Murphy's house and we played it for him. And he looked at us and said, brilliant.
Yeah.
And they looked at each other and said, oh, we got something.
Yeah.
And think about it. If you take the Charlie Murphy, True Hollywood Stories, the Prince.
You take the Prince and the Rick James out,
skit
it's
out
not
of the Chappelle
same,
show.
It's not the same show.
It would not be an iconic status. Those were by far the two biggest skits on that show.
It's a huge show.
Yeah, Charlie Murphy really made that show. If you really think about it,
I'm not going to say made the show.
You got to give it to him.
What I'm saying is,
you got to give it to him.
I'm not taking it from him. What I'm saying is, there's a lot of sketches for me that are more thoughtful and to me are smarter and harder to do.
Right,
harder to
the
pull
black
off.
White supremacist, the
You
blind,
see what I'm saying?
Tyrone Biggums, is that his name? The blind black white supremacist
is so difficult to do because at any point that sketch can go awry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
They just got to bring Charlie's story to life, and Charlie is one of the best storytellers you could ever. I've had the privilege of sitting in the room while he tells a story that you'll be hard pressed to find somebody funnier. Him and Jamie Foxx in telling stories, just like not part of stand up, but just being in a room and them. That's probably two of the best storytellers ever. And you take away those two, Chappelle's show is not Chappelle's show. Mm-hmm. It's not Chappelle's show, but I don't want to take away all the brilliance of the black white supremacists, the racial draft, the player haters ball. You know what I mean? They had some real
the reparations.
You see what I'm saying? They had some real you know what I mean? The dice game, the World Series of Dice. You know what I mean? They had some stuff, man, where it was just like, nah. They were dope without it, but that took it over the top and made it the greatest sketch show in history to me. It's the greatest. Outside of A Living Color, that's a tough one to put it in front of, but yeah.
You would pick In Living Color over Chappelle's show? In Living Color went a lot longer.
Yeah. It's because of a lot of the talent that's in Chappelle's show is stand-up talent.
Huh, yeah.
A lot of the talent that's in Living Color is actual sketch and acting talent. So they could bring stuff. There's no Jim Carrey on Chappelle's show. There's nobody who brings it like him, Tommy Davidson, fucking David Allen Greer, Jamie Foxx, Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
Like, all of them are better actors than everybody on Chappelle's show. Like, individually, all of them
as
are
actors.
As actors.
Jamie went on to win an Oscar.
You see what I'm saying? Just as actors,
Jim Carrey went on to be a mega movie star. No one on Chappelle's show.
So acting is a huge part of the sketch. Like, in Living Color, Kim Wayans was really bringing it. Like, and Chappelle's show to me was wittier. That's why it's, it speaks to me more than in Living Color. But what they were doing over there was special. Well,
speaking of TV, you were on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
You played TSA agent.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the best shows ever on television.
One of the best shows ever. No script.
There was no script?
No script.
What?
Just an outline. Just an outline. There's no script.
So we just do take after take and just pick the best one?
Yeah.
Right, because I guess the premise of that particular section was he was in line at the airport. And he assumed these two black people behind him were a couple.
Yep.
Just because they were black.
Yep, just because they were black. He saw two black people. Hey, the messed up part is he was trying to be nice. He was like, you know what? You guys can go in front of me. They were like, why you think we together? Oh. Oh. And it just turns into this super awkward interaction. And the thing is, that's what I'm saying, no script. They're just like, hey, you passing everybody in line. You think they're a couple. They're not. Go. And that's the script. And then they have their interaction. And then they like, Ryan, you just saw that happen? He's going to try to explain himself. Go. And that was, man, that showed me something too, man, about myself. I'm glad that Larry David and those guys gave me an opportunity to show that I could be funny in a moment. Because that's how I got that's how you get the role. There is no script. So I remember I wanted to do Wildin' Out. And Wildin' Out was a lot of sketch, some improv and stuff, right? And shout out to Niles Evans. He's always been super cool. And I wanted to do the show, and he was like, you got to audition. And it's not that I didn't want to audition. It's just I've seen some people who are on the show and who were on the show at the time, and I was like, nah, it's almost disrespectful to ask me to audition when you got a kid on there who ties a shirt on his head to look like horns and just make animal noises.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, like he wasn't on the show long, but he was on the show at the time where you're telling me I got to audition. And I was like, you know what? I will. You know what? I'll audition. And then Niles was like, well, you're a thoughtful comedian. You know, I can see you doing more of a daily show type thing. I don't think Wildin' Out is your thing. I don't know if you can be funny on the fly, or they get real like raw over here. I don't know if you could do that. And I was just like, man, I didn't know. I know because my pen game is really good and that I'm structurally sound, and I want to come off that way. I didn't know that people thought that that's the only way I'm funny. Like I have no way of being funny on a whim, or that I can't roast. Like, I'm from the hood. Like I don't know why that's the thought, but the reason why I like to be structurally sound is because that's the way I want to. That's the way I want to do it. But there's this idea that if you're good at something, that means you can't do something else. And Curb Your Enthusiasm, it took Larry David and his folks to give me the opportunity to show that I could do it. And then I showed that I could do it. I got the role. This is how much they trusted me. The thing I auditioned for that I nailed wasn't even what I got the role for. They were just like, keep him. We'll use him somewhere else. You know what I mean? And I got that off of the strength of me. It wasn't off social media. They didn't know who I was. You know, the agency, my agent got me the gig, and I made Larry David break character.
Okay.
Yeah. When we were doing it, I had said something to him, and then he busted out laughing, and they were like, cut, we got to start over. And he was like, kids, you're really funny. Now, to all the people who don't think I'm funny, that's cool. This is the creator of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, and he does improv with JB Smoove all day, and some of the funniest people in the world, and I made him break character. Not off something I wrote, something I thought of in the moment. So in that time, that meant a lot to me. I'm glad you brought that up. That really meant a lot to me, man. That opportunity meant a lot to me, but, you know, I was able to prove to myself that it wasn't the lack of opportunities I was getting wasn't because I couldn't. It was because I was getting pigeonholed.
Mm. Well, a lot of stuff's happening in the hip hop community.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest story is Gucci Mane being robbed by Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah.
And I actually interviewed Big 30's lawyer, you know, who's the other co-defendant in this case.
Yeah.
And, you know, we went through the whole story, and it's looking pretty bad for Pooh Shiesty and his eight co-defendants. And there's video footage of, photographs and so forth of them actually coming to the studio. So it's established that this group of people did go to the studio at that time.
No, I believe that's what the government is alleging, and I don't think that I think there are certain facts that we will all agree, about, and I agree that they were there, and I think the government will be able to show that via video camera. They'll be able to show that from the owner of the studio. I think where we kind of the story differs will be in whether my client engaged to cross state lines with the purpose of kidnapping and robbing Gucci Mane on the 9th.
Yeah.
What is your take on this?
They can't beat this. It's impossible to beat. There's footage. Your ankle monitor puts you there. You know what I mean? You got testimony from, the victim.
Victims.
The victims, yeah. So, yeah, it's an open and shut case for the most part. So this is what if I have anything to contribute to this, because I'm not a street nigga, so I'm not going to act like I understand what you guys' rules are or anything. I would just ask this question to every street dude out there. When Gucci Mane went to prison and he spent all that time in prison and he got out and his wife got married and he went legit, at what point does he get to be a civilian again, or is he a street dude forever and he has to live by a street code for the rest of his life? Or did he, at what point does he get to be square? Or does he never get to be square just because he was a street dude and he profited off of the streets for that? Like, I don't know the rules. So to anybody who see this in the comment section, you a street dude, I'm not judging you. I'm telling you, I'm not, like, I've been around it, but I've never adhered to none of the rules because I was never in the streets. I want to know, when somebody turn their life around, at what point do they become a civilian who can call the police whenever something goes wrong, or if somebody infringes upon them? You know what I mean? At what point do you get to become a square again? Because I think Gucci Mane has been outside long enough and not participated in anything I've heard of to where he should be able to act as a civilian.
Well, I think the problem is in terms of like his fan base. Like, I got an interview from like 20 years ago with Gucci. He said, "I'd rather die than snitch. I'll go to prison before I snitch. We don't do that snitching shit around here."
Right.
Talk about this situation with the stop snitching. Give us your feelings about snitching, what Cameron said, things like that.
I'm gonna tell you, like, straight up, like, you can research this on Gucci or whatever, but like, I ain't never snitched on nobody. A lot of people come to me with that in my whole life since I was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? When I forget a lot of those say, I have never snitched on nobody. I never wrote a statement on one, and I never will. That's how I feel. I'm a true G. I never snitch on a nigga.
Now, is there any situation that you can see yourself that you would talk to the police about a situation?
I don't talk. I don't do that. Where we from, we won't do that. For real. This East Atlanta zone shit. Well, niggas I fuck with my crew won't do that. We won't snitch on niggas. We stand down for ourselves. Like, if I gotta go, I'm gonna go. I done went before. I don't want to snitch on a nigga to save nobody's life, not even my own. I die.
He ended up killing somebody in self-defense.
Yeah.
So you got that whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember when he did the verses with Jeezy, which was not that long ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't 20 years ago. It was like, maybe, 5 years ago or so? He got
roughly.
on stage like, yo, we're smoking on a Pookie pack right now.
Yeah.
You know, fuck your partner, blah, 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 blah.
You really hurting my argument right now.
Yeah, exactly. So you have this persona that you have continued, that you never stepped down from.
Oh.
Gucci didn't say, you know something, man? I'm just going to talk about totally different stuff in my lyrics now. I'm not like that anymore. He continued. You got on stage with a man and talked about his friend that you killed to his face.
Yeah.
To his face.
Yeah.
Knowing that at any moment, shit could pop off, because those are fighting words right there.
Yeah.
And then when you get robbed, you make statements to the police. Now listen, would I have done the same thing? 100%. But
Yeah, we
I don't have this type of
civilians.
history.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
We
have this type of
civilians.
history.
I would say he still gets to be an artist though, right? Like if this is the way he likes to express himself, right?
Gucci has never been what most people consider to be a studio gangster.
No, he wasn't. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm
But when
saying.
do you
Like,
get
Gucci
to go
has
square?
a history. You know what I said? I remember this tweet went viral. I said, Pooh Shiesty would have tried that shit with pregnant Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
Because pregnant Gucci Mane
Yeah, it's a different.
would have showed up 30 deep with a bunch of Zone 6 guys, and they would have been like, yeah, never mind.
So that leads to the question, right? So that leads to this. If you believe he wouldn't have done that to old Gucci, then that means you believe, in a sense, that the reason why he did it is because he sees Gucci as more of a civilian now than the gangster. So do we hold new Gucci to the same as Big Belly Gucci? That's all I want to know. I really don't know, because I don't know the rules. All I'm gonna say is, if you were gang affiliated or you were in the streets, how long does it take before you get to be square, before you get to be a civilian again, where the rules don't apply to you no more? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, listen, at this point, I don't think Gucci even cares, because it's not like
And he shouldn't.
he doesn't really have a popping music career right now. He's a catalog artist.
Yeah,
Right?
and
when he goes out and performs, it's not his new album. He's
yeah,
performing.
and he was creating opportunities for other people, right? Now, if you don't like the deals, that's a whole nother, the deals and all that stuff is a whole nother conversation. But he did provide opportunities for other people.
Listen, I get it. And really, I put everything on Pooh Shiesty. Because at the end of the day, Pooh Shiesty sat in prison for 3 years trying to figure out how to get out of his contract. And the best solution he found was kidnapping.
Yeah,
This was the best solution out of all the solutions.
but
Let me fulfill my contract. Let me get a lawyer.
just make some
Let me just drop a
quick
bunch of albums.
do some
It
Frank
might
Ocean
take-
type stuff.
It might take a couple of years, but I'll fulfill my contract.
Yeah.
Let me get a lawyer and really spend some legal money and try to really figure out my way through this. At the end of the day, it's all business. No, I'm going to put a pistol in his face. Yeah, listen, I just, the level of just stupidity just makes no sense. Because
I hear you, but
for Pooh Shiesty.
yeah, I hear you, but Finesse 2 times, right? Which, shout out to Finesse. Very entertaining. He said the reason he believed Pooh even took it there is because the belief that he would not call the police.
Right. That's what I think. Yeah.
So whenever you go, it's dumb, but it's not dumb if you're thinking that it's going to stay in the street rules type thing. But that's why it probably should have had a conversation first. Where it's like, if we take it to some street stuff, are you gonna call the police on me? Might want to have a conversation with somebody you think might be square.
Yeah, look, if he had done it in a private room with just him and Gucci,
Yeah.
he might have gotten away with it. Gucci
Yeah.
might have taken that L and kept it moving.
Yeah.
But the fact that you did it with a whole bunch of people around, then you robbed them,
The
and then all
robbing
your
them, I
homies
think, did it.
ended up robbing
Yeah.
Gucci's people.
Yeah.
They're all cooperating. There's like a white cameraman involved who got choked out.
Yeah.
There was off-duty police officers who were involved in the shit. There was
Yeah.
guns pulled. And then, you know, you would think, right? you would think that if you...
You know what I love?
What's that?
You pointing out the white cameraman because
he's cooperating.
He's cooperating.
He's cooperating. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. His name was like Brad or something. Like, he had like long hair.
Hey,
like, yeah, that guy there, he's cooperating.
That's, that's just that's cultural nuance. That's very important.
The white guy's going to cooperate. You could be sure of that situation.
Yeah, that's
Gucci and his friend, maybe.
Gucci may not,
maybe.
Him and the cops, they definitely say
the white guy and the cops are telling something.
They tell her. Yeah.
Yeah. You would think, right, if me and my friends just robbed somebody, that I would tell them, hey, guys, let's not post these stolen items on social media.
That's the thing that got me.
When I think that would be a really bad idea if we took all these stolen Rolexes and these chains and this money that we took and we just bragged about our stolen items on social media. Because that's exactly what happened.
See, but that's when I get into they're like Gucci snitched. Gucci don't have to say anything. It's on camera. Your ankle monitor puts you there. You've shown that you have everything that the cameraman and the cops was going to say was stolen.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I talked to like Big 30's lawyer, right? Yeah. And I mentioned the watches because, the cameraman said that these like Rolex watches were stolen and, he showed receipts of the watches and everything else like that. And I'm like, well, these guys are flashing, these same watches. The lawyer's like, well, can you prove that those are the same watches? These are Rolexes. There's lots of Rolexes. These 1017 chains, there's lots of them, right?
I can't comment on what they posted on their Instagram page. I can't comment about whether they own Rolexes or whether they had a 1017 chain through Pooh Shiesty or Gucci Mane or somebody else affiliated with the label. And again, it still goes back to how do we corroborate the facts that are in that complaint? You corroborate those facts with evidence. And from what has been testified to at this point, there's been no physical evidence that corroborates the things that you're saying happened and occurred on that day.
I mentioned this to Whack 100. He said, okay, that's an interesting excuse. So the cops are going to say, show us the receipt for the watch that you just showed. Show us that receipt.
This is what happens when you're sitting in front of the jury. You're right. Lots of people. Can you show us proof of where you got yours from?
There you go. Because in the paperwork, the white cameraman guy showed proof of buying that particular watch.
Can you show now? See, this is what my people or the street people, right? Their common sense is kind of blurred. Okay, this guy, the owner, and those of us that have Rolexes, we keep our paperwork and we keep the box.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. Because the guy who got it stolen showed the receipt.
Yeah.
Show the receipt that you own this watch and it's not the same watch. Good luck with that.
They need a better lawyer. They need a better lawyer. That's such an easy thing to beat. That's such an easy argument to beat.
You know what I heard? I heard someone say, everybody hates on Jewish people until they need a lawyer.
So they need a lawyer.
And then they want Mr. Rubenstein to help out.
Yeah,
Mr. Moshkowitz, we need that help.
Yeah, because that's the best argument. How you know it wasn't theirs? What are you talking about? You got to prove that it's yours now. No one finds Rolexes.
Right. They don't just lie around.
Yeah. Oh, we were walking down the street. There was a pile of iced out Rolexes.
Right. So we were at the Salvation Army, right? Yeah. We were rummaging through the old
through
stuff.
The buckets and, oh my God, bust down Rolexes and 1017 chains galore.
You had this show called Cancel Court.
Yeah.
Is that still going or no?
Yeah.
Still going?
Yeah, I'm part owner now.
You're part owner?
Yeah.
Right, because you guys went through a bunch of different cases, Blueface and Christian Rock.
Yes.
You said something funny. You said people think that if Blueface and Christian disappeared, toxicity would be gone from the internet.
Yeah.
Like it would suddenly just go away. It's just those two.
That was the part that was killing me. They were like, we got to cancel them. For what?
What's that going to accomplish?
What? Is Ray J going to disappear? It's like, what are you talking about? And I love Ray J. A smart businessman. He understands how to get people's eye. You know what I mean? Ray J ain't just toxic. He gives back to the community and does dope stuff too. But he understands that people love toxicity. So they don't give it to him. And I like Krishan Rock and Blueface. It's a sad situation, but look at how many of these shows that they have where they've redone Flavor of Love, but more toxic. I Love New York, but more toxic. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Baddies.
You see what I'm saying?
Baddies is basically all those shows on steroids.
And it's what was it? Bad Girls Club, but more toxic.
Right.
More fighting, Love and Hip Hop, but more toxic. It's like whenever they need to up the ante, they don't go, "Oh, we need to make this classier so more people could watch it." No, they're like less security.
Right, because I mean, listen, I had a friend who watched Baddies, and so I watched it with her for the first time. I just never watch it, and I'm like, this is just a nonstop fight.
Yeah.
It's just fist fight after fist fight. Like, what the fuck?
And people are paying to see it.
And people pay to see it.
Paying to see it. I can't get mad. I paid for every Floyd Mayweather fight, but at least it's sanctioned. I don't even know the rules. I don't even know if they sign contracts or whatever, but, you know, I'm a big UFC fan, so I get it. You've been able to get money out of my pocket to see a fight, but something about the way they're doing it feels different to me. It feels like it's missing some class. It's missing some structure.
I mean, look, Krishan is just the ultimate crash out of a female on every level, down to her own baby being disabled. Because of her potentially drinking and smoking during her pregnancy.
Yeah, that's tough
everything
too.
that could possibly go wrong with Krishan has gone wrong. Just the level of insanity. And I remember me and Blueface did an interview, and we went through like Krishan her heyday, how she would break into his house and write messages in blood and then steal his Range Rover and drive across country and then get pulled over and arrested for drug dealing because there's a bunch of drugs in the car. A situation happened where she broke into your house. She wrote, "I love blue" with her own blood. And then stole your G-Wagon and drove it to Baltimore, which is 25 hours away from
crazy.
LA.
I've never had this happen to me. I've never met anyone like that. She's like the craziest thing ever.
It's just insanity.
Right.
It's insanity.
And people saw this, right? And was like, this is going to make great TV. There's something to be said about those type of people. Nobody looks to get her help. Everybody looks to get money off of her.
Yeah.
Because she's good TV. I don't know. So that when I look at her, right, I see like, is she responsible for her actions? Yes. But is she a victim of a system that is profiting off keeping her that way? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think she has the potential of having a great comeback story, though, if she
I don't know,
figures
man.
it out.
I don't know, because I think with Krishan, I don't think she grasps the concept of long-term thinking.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
For example, right?
I agree with you.
I've had conversations with dentists about Krishan's tooth. Krishan not fixing her tooth, like actually going and getting a dental implant, means that her other teeth will keep
moving
towards each other.
Yeah.
To the point where you won't be able to get a fake tooth, like an implant tooth anymore. You'll have to get braces to pull them apart, and that's going to take multiple, like a year or so, or possibly more, and then do that. And it's like, it doesn't look like she's doing any of that shit. Right? You have a baby on the way. All you have to do is be sober for 9 months.
Yeah.
No, I got a clip of academics talking about how he was on FaceTime with her, full-blown pregnant, 8 months, smoking a blunt on FaceTime.
FaceTime her, she's like smoking a joint. She's
While
full
she's-
on pregnant.
while she's pregnant,
Full on
yeah.
pregnant. Smoking a joint.
like-
and I said, aren't you? And she's like, shh. And I'm like, nigga, they ain't no shh. I'm like, The baby's in the stomach. Like, no fucks given. You know what I mean? Now, again, I'm hoping.
And that to me is like I want to cry just thinking about it.
Yeah. But that's also a reality. Being popular don't take you away from being a human being. It's a lot of children roaming the world who parents did the exact same, who mother did the exact same thing. Just because she dated a rapper doesn't mean that she's excused from being a human.
Yeah.
And it's, she got to live with her choices. Unfortunately, her child has to live with her choices. But
the child did not have a choice to live with her choices.
That's what I'm saying. The
child was born disabled, is how it appears, right? And I remember. And like
that's why I don't speak to because I don't know anything. But
But
it appears that way.
Everyone's denial over it. Because, for example, when I talked to Blueface about it, he goes, "No, I don't think the child's disabled. It's just that Krishan has really played with him a lot, and so he's just developing a little more slowly." And I'm like, man, I got kids. No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I can't speak on it. I've never met the child.
It doesn't work that way. I have kids.
Yeah.
Like, kids will develop on their own even if you don't spend a ton of time with them. They'll still develop. They're still humans. Like her child, I don't think is even verbal at this point. You see what I'm saying? So no, I don't believe that. I think it's really sad. I actually tried to do an interview with Krishan. We just couldn't get it together.
Yeah.
She wanted money up front and all that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, because you make decisions on a whim, just like you said.
Yeah, I seen you kick a TV on No Jumper.
Yeah,
it's like I don't trust you to sit through properly and so forth. Like
I'm gonna tell you, Vlad. I think what it is with me is just I've gotten older, and the older I get, the more I just wish people the best. I see, everything that you're saying. But I just think I hope, right, that she turns it around so mothers like her can also turn it around. If they see, because there's not a lot of people, right, who can go, I was as crazy as Krishan.
No.
So if she turns, you see what I'm saying?
Okay,
if she turns it around, then somebody will be like, you know what? I can get my act together too. I think a lot of us that have a lot of eyeballs on us, it becomes our responsibility, right, to share our journey of getting right. Like I've been vocal about mistakes I've made, and I get slammed for it, right?
Like what?
Just how I mishandled being a father at times, mishandled being a son at times, mishandled being a man, a boyfriend, and I'll be vocal about it, right? And people will slam me. But then there's always people who come in my DMs and be like, hey, I fixed my relationship with my mother because of you. Hey, I fixed the relationship with my co-parent because of you. Hey, I fixed my relationship with my child because of you. And if that means that I got to get slammed publicly from time to time to help other people realize they're not alone and, we all make mistakes in some way, then because I'm not going to be here one day. What people say about me doesn't matter outside of, what I do with my art and what I've done with my life. The people I affect in my actual life, what they think of me matters. But if I could share my ups and downs with people and that helps them, fix things in their lives, then I think I'm doing something noble. I think I'm doing something with my life that's more than just making people laugh. I like to think that Krishan has this opportunity as well. That's why I'm hoping for the craziest comeback story ever. I hope one day she becomes a pastor and have a mega church. That'll mess everybody up, bro. Like I just wish a complete rebrand for her.
Well, I remember in our first interview, did I come up with this term? Hobosexual?
Hobosexual.
Was that something I came to the table with?
I don't know.
Or did you already have it?
We talked about it.
We talked about it.
We definitely talked about it.
I forgot who came up with it.
Yeah, hobosexual.
Which is a man
Yeah.
who is sleeping with a woman for a place
housing.
to stay. Which you used to be at one point.
I felt like it, for sure. It felt like it, for sure.
You know, it's actually kind of funny because I did a post on one of my, social media accounts recently. It was a new term I haven't heard before called hobosexual, which is someone that enters into a relationship to prevent themselves from being homeless.
Yeah, that was me.
Hobosexual. Someone that enters into a relationship to prevent themselves from being homeless.
I definitely was a hobosexual. You do your research, man. You good. I was. I didn't even know about that term, but definitely.
Yeah. So you were a hobosexual. You were basically in a relationship to prevent being homeless.
I didn't have a car. I didn't have a place. Man, but I could sling dick, and I knew if I did it right, I was gonna end up in a place. You know what I mean? Whether I just had to do it right. I had to use what I had. You know what I mean? And I had nothing but that, but it worked out. You know what I mean? And everybody was paid back. Shout out to everybody who made this possible. Yeah. I'm going to tell you what's crazy about being a homosexual too, man. The dick you be giving out be immaculate.
Really?
Immaculate.
You're fucking for a purpose.
Because it's all you got. It's all you got. It's the only thing I bring to the table.
Well, you could cook, clean,
No, it's all I got. It's all I got. Man, Vlad, when I got some money, dick game, terrible. I don't know how. I can't tap back in.
You can't get back to that special place.
I can't tap back in. I'd kill to just be that dude one more time, but with the money. With all the everything else. I don't know, man. It's like the brain just don't put them together the same way, man. God, I'd kill to have that skill again, but nah,
you just can't have it with money.
You can't have it with money. You can't have it with money.
I came. What's the problem? What's the problem?
Yeah, now? Oh God,
go down on you, maybe next week.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst now, nigga. Hey, this woman be like, man, he's so smart and funny, man. And they be like sapiosexuals. They be like, oh, I bet sex with him is good.
No,
not
anymore.
Nah, it's over. You missed it. You missed it. I ain't had a need to be good in a long time. Outside of, I have to really just want you to be satisfied. That's literally, it has to be the end all be all. It can't be for me or nothing. If it's for me, you dead. It's gonna be bad.
Well, it was interesting, and you talked about this before, I think, when we did interviews back then, but when you were on stage, when I recently saw you, you talked about your gay brother.
Yes.
He's like a regular, it seems, in terms of your routines and so forth.
Oh, my brother, I love my brother. So whenever we talked about it back then, it was, and then by the time when I had done my first special, I didn't want to talk about him at all. Because I wanted I wanted to introduce people to my ability to do the craft, right? And sometimes with the LGBTQIA plus community, right? If I come out the gate and the first thing I do is make...
Was that a real term you just said?
Yeah.
LGBTQIA plus. What does the IA plus stand for? I haven't heard that part before.
The A is asexual.
What's the I?
I can't remember right now. Intersex.
Intersex?
There you go. Intersex.
The fuck is
asexual
intersex?
plus. Hey.
Hermaphrodites?
There you go.
Oh, they have a thing now?
Yeah,
They're part of that crew?
Man, in Canada, they just added more letters. I'm not learning those.
What's the plus?
Man, I got a bit about it. I actually got a bit about it.
Yeah.
What's the plus?
Everything else?
So my bit about it is the plus everything else and we just agreeing that it's everything else, or is the plus we know more is coming? And it's and we're just leaving room like for all the straight people, we just ain't figured out your thing yet. That makes you a little gay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what so I'm saying, what's the plus? But I'll do a whole bit about that. But I didn't want to come out of the gate making those type of jokes and people feeling, because sometimes the community feels like people are punching down on them. And some people are like, oh, those are easy jokes. But you saw the material. I'm really talking about my life.
Oh, yeah, no, you had this routine about going to a gay club with your brother.
Like I talk about what really,
But your biggest fear was there's a shooting at the club. And the headline is Ryan Davis gets his back blown out at the gay club.
You see what I'm saying? They not gonna tell my story right, Vlad. I got shot in the back. Why you worded like that? That's why. So
what else did you say? You said that. What was the whole
that's
thing
good.
about?
That was a while ago, and you remember it. That's
that was at the show we just went to. Yeah,
that was weeks ago. You only heard it once. That's
only heard it once. Yeah, and then you talked about how going to a funeral with your gay brother.
Oh yeah. See, man, I'm telling you, that experience with my brother was so interesting because I grew up in a homophobic household, and
so your parents didn't like gays.
No.
Okay.
No.
And your brother's the only gay person in the family, I assume.
For the most part, yeah.
Wait, what?
For the most part, like in the immediate family, yes, but even I didn't have a lot of openly gay cousins or aunts or uncles or nothing like that.
Okay.
So my brother, yeah, he was really like a guinea pig. You know what I mean? But he caught everything, because he was the first one out, the first one to be out. And he had to, and because
he's a guinea pig.
Yeah, a guinea pig. I hate you. That's such a dad joke. So whenever,
I tried. This is why I don't do stand-up.
It worked too. I was like, I hate that worked on me. So he, whenever you're in a homophobic environment, you learn those things as a survival thing. You know what I mean? So he had to, me and him got close as he worked out unlearning the hate that was ingrained into him about himself. You know what I mean? And trying to figure out who he was, and then being extra feminine just to realize I'm really not this feminine of a guy. Then going really masculine and be like, nah, I like twerking a little bit. And then go just to find out who he was, man, and who he is. And man, I'm so proud of, who my brother is, because he's himself authentically. And I hate he had to go through what he had to go through to get there. But I'll tell you this, I believe 90% of people in this world will never get to experience themselves authentically because they're worried about what other people think or what other people may say or how other people's thoughts make them feel. And he really gets to be himself authentically. And it's amazing to see, because it is something to see.
I think I'm really straight authentically.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that.
Yeah.
I don't feel I'm missing out by not doing any gay activities.
Because as a straight man, that's something you never have to worry about. That's something I never have to worry about.
I can look at a man and say, okay, yeah, he's well built. I wish I was built like that.
It's a lot of men who can't.
Just like I can look at a horse and say, that's an incredible, beautiful horse.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck the horse.
Yeah, but all right, so I'll give you an example. There are men who are fans of mine, right? And they'll come up to me and they want a picture.
Okay.
All you have to say is, hey, bro, I enjoy your work. Hey, let's take this picture. They'll be like, hey, man, I ain't no groupie or no shit like that. Because it's fucking with their manhood that they're excited to be in the presence of another man and take a picture with a man. Or they'll be like, yo, this ain't no gay shit, but I want a picture. I didn't think you wanted to fuck me before you said it wasn't gay until you just made it gay.
Unless you were planning on grabbing my butt during the picture.
You see what I'm saying?
This is a very straight activity.
This is a very straight activity. So now you've planted the thought in my mind. Now I'm about to say no to the picture because you just made me feel like you have thoughts of this going to a place that it was never going. It was just a picture. And I don't even think those guys are gay or anything like that. It's just they have an idea of what their masculinity is supposed to be. And when confronted with the idea of being happy to see another man, they don't know how to rationalize it. So they get defensive. And be like, no, I need you to know this isn't gay. It was never gay. But you got to figure that out. My brother don't have these hangups. He gets to be himself all the time. So that's what I'm talking about. It's just everybody's always worried about what people are thinking. And he doesn't. And I love to see that.
Do you think that Diddy is gay?
No.
Okay.
I don't think Diddy is gay. I think and you can see this happening in the world. I think if you expose yourself to sex to a certain degree, your perversions get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Right?
I disagree.
Huh?
I disagree.
I hear you, but
yeah, because I've been exposed to sex. I've said this publicly. I've definitely been with hundreds of women. You know, maybe,
that's fine.
Maybe even 1,000 if you count them all up over the years.
Yeah.
I can honestly say my perversions have never gotten to the point where I want to play with another man's.
No.
That's a Diddy thing.
No.
That's a Diddy thing.
No. You said gay. That's bisexual.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is,
to me, that's still gay. I feel like if you're bisexual, you're still gay.
Yeah, I got that in my set too. But I talk about that in my set too. But what I'm saying is, because straight men will always view it that way, is, you know. But what I'm saying is, like, let's say you a straight man. They ain't even we ain't even talking gay shit, right?
Okay.
Let's say you watch. You got a favorite scene.
Yes.
After a while, it don't turn you on like that no more.
Okay.
And you done watched all the women that's your type for so long. Now you starting to watch women who aren't your type because it's the only thing that can arouse.
Right. They're still women though.
No. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we leaving the gay part out of it. What I'm saying is, once you expose yourself to stuff, you need a new type of stimulation, right? I think he's battling with his sexuality for sure. It's just with me being close to the community, when you say gay means something very specific to me. It means men only, right? Unless we hanging out and it's all guys, straight beer, then we be like, nigga, it's all gay as soon as you fuck with a dude. But for the people, there's a lot of people who fight for the right to have their voices heard and for their lifestyles to be respected, to where for the sake of this conversation, I'ma just go, Diddy's a plus. Diddy's a plus. I don't know what letter to call that.
Listen, I've interviewed 6 or 7 male escorts that were involved in the freak-offs.
Yeah, one of them, man, really like motivated me, man.
Oh, how so? I'm waiting to hear this answer right now.
Man, he the one that you interviewed, they said Diddy dick was like 3 inches.
Yeah. Sly Diggler.
Yeah.
When you said that he wasn't well endowed, I was not prepared for what I saw in this video.
Yeah, he's a smaller guy. Well, I mean, I don't know how to put it, but yeah, I mean, he's not that large in that area. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know that he has a video of the freak off.
Yeah, you said that in the interview.
You want to see a picture of it?
Nah.
Sure?
No.
I got it on my phone right now. I got it queued up.
No way.
No?
No.
Well, I mean, there's nothing.
I would never say such a thing on camera.
Okay.
But
afterwards?
No, but this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, after seeing that interview, I was really motivated.
By?
Because he had prime J-Lo.
With 3 inches.
With 3 inches. I was like, Brian, you got to get you some money.
That's right.
You got to get you some money. You had prime.
Like if you have 4 inches,
that's what I'm saying.
You are 33%.
Yo,
more
I ain't even
packing.
You see what
Diddy
I'm saying?
right now,
so I was just like, man, with 3, you can have prime J-Lo with 3 inches. You just got to have enough money. You know what I mean? Kim Porter was fine. God rest her soul. Mm-hmm. Diddy done been with some of the baddest women.
I mean, listen,
some
Cassie,
of the baddest. Yeah, some of the baddest.
Gina, I mean, a bunch of girls, man.
So what I'm saying
a bunch
is,
of bad chicks.
A lot of people heard that. Like, you could hear that and be like, you could laugh at Diddy. You could be like, oh, this is crazy. All I heard is, Ryan, you got to get you some money. I had never been, man, I started working real hard when I heard that stuff. I was like, you ain't making enough money, dog.
Hey, man, listen. Young Miami was doing the most for those 3 inches.
But you said,
my God, she had to sign up.
You know how many dudes would like chop their toes off to get at Young Miami? Oh, they just see, bro. You didn't. They ain't even know. You just don't have enough money. Go get you some more money.
Money definitely helps. Let me tell you, my life. Oh my God,
that's what I'm saying. That was just. I'm good though. I'm good. But when I saw that, I was like, damn, money goes a long way. Money and influence goes a long way. Goes a long way. Sad situation, the Diddy situation. Sad what he put a lot of people through.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
And that's documented. That's real out there. Do I think that Diddy's gay? Look, I interviewed, like I said, about 7 porn stars. Well, some of them were porn stars. Some of them were just escorts.
Some of them were strippers, I think.
Some of them were male strippers and so forth. And all of them said the same thing, that Diddy would pay them to have sex either with Cassie or, 50's baby mother. I can't legally say her name because of the whole court order bullshit, but whatever. And they would, he would instruct them to, usually on the woman's stomach, and then they would run into the other room with the liquid gold to bring it to Diddy.
They started collecting my a little bit before this, like asking me to put my in glasses, which
Wait. This is the new one. They'd want you to pull out into a glass?
First it was take the off and put it in a glass. They would distinctly ask me to.
Oh wait, you into the you take the
and put it in the glass. Yes,
in the glass.
Yes, she would bring me a glass, tell me to dump it in the glass. And Vlad, the perfect analogy is a kid who wants juice from his mom. And his mom has the juice bottle and the kid is behind her like, Mom, I want the juice. This is how Diddy used to follow Cassie for my in the cup. It used to fuck me up. To watch him behind her like, babe, you got it? And he's like on her shoulder like the fucking creepy witch from Looney Tunes like this. You got the and she's just holding my in a glass like the Holy Grail. Bringing it in the room, and then they just disappear in the room. For years, I wanted to know what they did with that until I heard it in the trial. I totally believe she was painting them. Totally believe it.
And then on the stand, both these girls said that Diddy would like play with it or make paintings with it or some other shit.
But you see what I'm saying? When you hear that, you think that's sexual?
Yes.
Nah.
Playing with another dude's. How is that not sexual?
Because he not.
How is that not sexual? Have you ever done that?
Man, don't do that. Don't do that.
I know I haven't.
Vlad, don't do that. Because rude me is a different nigga. So don't play with me like that. So, but what I'm saying is, like, it doesn't sound like sexual gratification. You know what I mean?
What is it then?
Because whenever you watch, like, let's say, have you ever on a woman's stomach and she played with it?
Yes.
Like that, and it was sexual for her?
Yes.
I ain't never known it to be sexual for her. Like
you've never had a girl.
And I'm talking about now, if she starts playing with it because she thinks it's stimulating you visually, that's one thing.
You've never had a girl like lick up your stuff like that?
Right.
That's all in the same category for me. You're playing with it, you're licking it.
It's not the same category.
I don't know if
for
Diddy
me.
was licking it, but
But that's what I'm saying. Now that is sexual.
So playing with it and licking with it, that's where the line is?
No, because you talking about doing finger painting. To me, this nigga's sick. See, I think
he's artistic.
You see what I'm saying? Like this
you
is
can't
sick.
paint with anything but and get the same effect.
Because you gotta think about it. Like, this is the thing. Because I know it's going to sound, just like it sound crazy to you, it's going to sound crazy to some of the people who watch it or whatever. And y'all got to understand just how my brain works. You know what I mean? I'm always like, what if that isn't the case, though? It's not like I hear you.
What do you mean, what's not the case?
Like what if he didn't even attach nothing sexual to it? Like, it was just like a texture thing for him.
What?
man, you really don't know anything about people like stemming or
Wait,
having
stemming? What is
man,
that? What is stemming?
Like he might, like, have you ever, you don't have anything in this world that you like, you just, for some reason, you like the touch of? Like you weren't a kid, like, or you take like a thumbtack and like put it into your hands and nothing like that. You don't have any like sensory, nothing?
All right, well, let me tell you an actual story that happened on my platform. Right?
Okay.
One of the dudes, because these freak offs would go like 2 days sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Like a day and a half, and people take naps, wake up, do
Right.
another round, that type of thing, right? So one of the dudes, we'll play the clip, said that, you know, it was like the second or third round, he was exhausted, he had been up for like, 14 hours, so he decided that he was going to fake it. Right? So I think it was Cassie. So he was going. He finally was like, oh, and he, right? So like always, Cassie would run into the other room to bring the liquid gold to Diddy. And he was out in the, the living room, recuperating for this whole thing. 15 minutes pass, Diddy comes out, it's like, hey dog, are you sure you? He's like, yeah, but I was tired, I'm probably not that much, He's like, okay, hold on. Goes back in the room. Comes back out again. Hey man, are you absolutely positive?
Yeah.
That you came?
Like I just thought that, oh, I'm finished. They know I'm finished, so they're gonna go take a break. That's what I thought was what was going on. Until one day when I was not only bored, I was frustrated with this dude like directing this, and it was annoying as hell. Like he wouldn't stop talking and stopping us from doing what we was doing. So I just was like, yo, I'm getting out of here, man. I pretended to come inside of her.
Okay.
And this was our second go round anyway. I had already, and I probably was there half a day already. And so I was like, I'm ready to bounce. So I pretended to come inside of her, and they run off to the room like they usually do. But then a couple of seconds later, Diddy pops his head out the door and he's like, yo fam, you. And I was like, yeah, bro. And he was like, oh, okay. He closed the door, went back in. About 30 seconds later, he pops his head back out. He's like, yo, fam, come on, man. You didn't, did you? And I was like, bro, he's like, really? I was like, dude, listen, I before, so maybe a little bit came out, but I don't know, man. But I felt like bro. I felt like I had bro, like whatever. So he went back in the room, and that's when they let me go. But that was the moment that I realized, yo, there's something to the aspect of this, and that's crazy, because then I started getting grossed out by this. I was like, yo, what is he doing? You hear all kinds of stuff about Diddy. Is he taking my down to the satanic church, or is he like, drinking it? Is he like, you don't know what's going on with it, but it just gets real weird from that point, like real weird. It was already weird, but it gets really weird after that.
So he was poking around in there trying to find it.
Man, listen.
Come on, man. There's nothing straight about this.
I didn't say it was straight. Why do you keep saying straight? I never said it was straight. Hey, man, stop trying to make it seem like this shit ain't got nothing to do with what any straight man is doing in this bed. So, listen, I'm going to tell you when it wasn't straight no more. So the other man came into the room. That's when it died for me. So it ain't about
you've never, listen, I've admitted this on camera. I've done threesomes with 2 guys and a girl.
Yeah, gay. So see me, I'm trying to justify stuff you done shit way gayer than I would ever do. Okay. But I'm not judging you. Could be a sensory thing. You might need to hear a nigga moan in the room with you. I don't know.
But you know what it is though? But I remember, like you go through life and, you think you're straight, but you wonder, well, what if I get into a situation or whatever? Am I really straight? So I remember being in that moment thinking, I am so absolutely straight right now. Because I'm in this situation. We're on either end of the girl, right? We're not doing no double weird shit, whatever. We're not touching each other. Me and the other guy. It's just the girl's in the middle. We're on either end.
That's what made it weird. Yeah, I got you.
And I was thinking, I wish the guy wasn't here. I wish it was just me and her, but we're already in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I could honestly say, I am not gay in this moment. I am sure of it. I have I'm trying to block the guy out.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm just totally trying to focus on the girl. I'm having a hard time doing it.
Right. But there was a point in your life. Do you think in your first sexual experience you could imagine even doing something like that?
No, but
that's
also,
what I'm telling you.
Okay,
over time, there's some things that you just go, all right, and then you found where yours end.
Okay.
Diddy never found.
He's still looking.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He never found where his ended. His curiosity just kept going. That's why it's like, for me, like Diddy, when they describe stuff he was doing, it's stuff gay dudes wouldn't do. You know what I mean? That dude's wildin'. Like,
I'm going to tell you a story. I've told this story before on my show to people. I'm thinking you haven't heard it yet. And what's going to happen is I'm going to beep out the stuff that's going to get me sued.
Okay.
Okay? But you'll actually hear it and you can react to it in real time.
Okay.
So, this porn girl I used to know told me a story about Will and Jada.
Yeah.
Now, this was not an interview situation. This was not, hey, I'm going to tell you the story and I want to go public with it. This was just me and her hanging out, and she's telling me this in private, right? This is the story. She was a very established porn girl. If you're over a certain age, you probably have seen lots of scenes with her, right? Black girl. She said she got a call from her agent and said, we want you to do a party with Will and Jada. She's like, okay, cool. I that sounds fun. Okay. Now, it's going to be sexual. And she's like, yeah, no problem. I do this for a living, right? So they're like, okay, there's more to it. We want you to bring a. She's like, okay, yeah, I know. Well, slow down. There's more to this. We want the to and
yeah. Wish she didn't tell me that story.
And she said,
yeah,
I could do this job.
Yeah.
So she ultimately never got booked for that gig. Now, not to say that really happened, but that was what they wanted to hire her. And
but do you see the level of fame where it just gets, that's why that's the thing. When I hear stories about people at those levels of fame, nothing surprises me. Because you've been famous for 40 years. You've been, and you've probably done everything within your wildest dreams, and then you tried some stuff. Listen, Vlad, you went to see how far you could go. You didn't have a taste for this. But apparently
No,
he
I did
does.
not.
Apparently he does. So what I'm saying is I never and shout out to the freaky people in the world I know. I try not to yuck anybody's yum. So
I try not to yuck anyone's yum. That's so crazy.
I never try to yuck anybody's yum.
Did you make that up?
No,
Okay.
no, that's a real saying.
Okay, that's a real saying. I've never heard that.
Try to yuck. Yeah, I know some people. That's what I'm saying.
Look, he obviously everyone's unique, right?
Yeah.
But I could tell you with absolute certainty, all the gay men that I have interviewed over the years, almost all of them, including the Don Lemons of the world and so forth, they have all had some sort of sexual experience when they were young.
Yes.
That had to do with an older man.
Yeah.
That introduced them to sex. In your book, you said an older kid in my neighborhood who was tormenting me in ways I had no words for. He told me not to tell, and I didn't, not until decades later. Even if I'd known how to articulate what was happening, I probably wouldn't have because I feared the kid like a field mouse fears a wolverine. Yeah, I didn't realize you were that young, 6 years old.
Yeah.
You don't really understand sexual thoughts at all at that age.
No.
And now you have a kid who is almost an adult.
Yeah. Well, to someone who's that young, to me, he was an adult.
Yeah.
And by the time it ended, he was an adult.
The majority.
For the first time, was your brother like this?
The majority
was your brother
people
like
on this,
or do you just not want to answer the question?
That'll be a question you'd have to ask him.
Okay, fair enough. Go on. But that is my theory. And hold on, I just want to finish this, right?
ahead.
And listen, I try to compare myself in this situation a little bit in a way of when you get introduced to sex for the first time, a lot of times that becomes a standard for you for the rest of your life.
Yes.
In my case, I went to a high school that had very few black girls in it. Maybe 5%. So I grew up being attracted to white girls, to Asian girls, Filipino girls, Latin girls. That's was mostly what was around me living in the Bay Area. But my first real relationship, my first sexual relationship was with a black girl in college. She was black and Japanese. You look at me now,
It's all you date.
it's all you see me is the black girls.
That's all you date.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is all you see me. You know, I have kids with a black woman. Like
Yeah.
that just became my standard.
Every man that I know that's over sexualized though that I met in my life had sex with an older woman early.
It wasn't an older woman. I mean, we're the same age.
No.
Yeah.
You're not. You have barriers. You don't let sex control you. Every man that I know.
I don't know about that, but
Nah, every man that I know that let sex control them got to it early. How about this? Every man that I know that had sex early and had sex with someone older, they don't have a lot of sexual discipline. And it's carried through in their life and showed up in ways that actually can hurt their livelihood. And if they have a choice between doing something they were supposed to do and having sex, they'll have sex. They'll have sex. Like overpaying their rent. Like it's like
yeah, no, I'm not that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, you can't be that because I've seen
you
but
can't
I've
function.
seen it. I've seen it where it's like, man, I got $30 left. Where the bitch is at?
Where the bitch is at?
Yeah, and it's just like, bro, you ain't thinking about eating. You gotta eat for the next couple days. No, man, it's really. But every single dude I know like that lost their virginity to somebody who they should not have even been in contact with.
It reminds me of the booty warrior.
Yeah,
booty is more important than water.
Yeah, for real. Them dudes get after it. And I feel bad because a lot of these guys, it's a lot of guys out here who like, oh, I just like pussy. And it's like, nah, you were introduced to sex too early by somebody so much older than you. And this is the thing that has me laughing about, which is not funny, but I laugh because I have a sick sense of humor. I'll tell a dude, I'll be like, hey, dude, you were taken advantage of. And they'll be like, no, you don't understand. I was a sexy kid. Stop saying stuff like that, dog.
What is that, a sexy kid?
Because they'll be like, nah, I was mature for my age. I was sexy. They try to convince you that a grown woman, it made sense for the grown woman to see them in that way. So that's why I say they be trying to convince me they're a sexy kid. Because they try to convince me that it makes sense for that grown woman to sexualize them. They're like, no, man, you got to understand, I jumped off the porch early. They say all kinds of stuff, and I'm just like, no, bro, no.
Look, I have an interview with D. Ray Davis, right? And I caught a lot of flack for this. And I'm like, listen, I heard that you lost your virginity when you were young to an older woman. He said, yeah. I lost my virginity at 11 to two ugly, horrible-looking 30-year-olds. And I laughed because the way he was saying it.
Because he's funny. Yeah.
I've had older women who thought I wasn't being parented correctly. slightly try to take advantage of me, and not slightly, have taken advantage of
Well,
me.
you lost your virginity to 2 30-year-olds?
Yeah.
The same time?
Yeah, 2 ugly, horrible-looking women.
And you were?
What was I?
You were how old?
11.
11.
Going to 12. I had no hair on me.
Right.
The backlash? DJ Vlad is laughing at this sexual assault. This poor boy getting molested by these older women, and Vlad thinks it's funny. And I remember I called him D-Ray. I'm like, yo, D-Ray, man, were you offended when I laughed? He goes, no, because I was making a joke out of it.
He made it funny.
He made it funny. It was the way he described it. He's like, 2 ugly, horrible-looking 30-year-olds. It was so funny the way he said it.
People forget when they talk to comedians that, like, he can't help that.
No, right. And people are like, I'm like, yo, this is a comedian. He's like, it's not a comedy show, it's an interview. And I'm like, but it's an interview with a comedian. What's the There's really not much of a difference. I mean, we're kind of doing a comedy routine sort of freestyle right now in a way. Yeah. Right? We're cracking jokes, we're playing off each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, I am entertaining in a comedy situation.
Is it serious? Yes. Is it sad? Yes. Was it funny?
Yes.
Yes. What do you want me to? He's very good. What do you want me to? You know what I mean? If that's the thing that I talk about with skill, though, he took something extremely uncomfortable, and made it funny.
Yeah,
that's very difficult to do. That's why he one of the best. But we can laugh, and then we can talk about the serious. Right. Yeah, the laugh doesn't take away the seriousness, so we can still have a conversation.
Listen, he told me, he was like, yo, Vlad, I'm not offended.
But then he ended up having multiple women as relationships.
There you go. I think he was there with multiple women that day.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think that there's anything really wrong with that.
I didn't. It's not that I'm saying anything is wrong.
The Western society of, monogamy.
It's not that. It's a question of.
I don't believe in a lot of that shit.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. See, I told you, I don't yuck nobody's yum.
Okay.
So whatever you do is whatever you do, but I would wonder if he would have those same ideas if he had lost his virginity at 19 to another 19-year-old who he was in love with.
I think Chris Rock said it best. He said, men are as faithful as their options.
Yeah.
When you have a man like a D. Ray Davis who is successful, who is
and women
confident,
like him, they like him without it. Yeah.
Who's getting on stage every night, is also tall, got green eyes.
Yeah, they liked him. They were going to like him regardless.
Yeah, I was hanging out with D-Ray, like when I was a DJ. We used to bump into each other, at the clubs in Hollywood. Like, we really go back. Oh my God, me and D-Ray probably go back to like maybe 2006.
Yeah.
Literally, we've known each other for 20 years. We're not close like that, but we definitely know each other.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, he has a lot of options.
Yeah.
He's also in movies. He's also on TV. He just has a lot of options. And some women are okay
with him exercising
with
them.
having, a man having multiple partners. In fact, a lot of women would prefer if it was all out in the open as opposed to the man sneaking around and getting caught and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Look at Neo. He got 3 girlfriends.
4.
My bad. Sorry, Neo. My bad.
Man, stop unselling that
Neo,
dude. Stop selling him short.
Stop selling him short. You're 33% too low.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah, and listen, so if you could pull it off and everything else like that, I don't know if it has anything to do with sexual deviancy or whatever else. I think a lot of these dudes
I don't think
who have
it's
9 to 5
deviant.
jobs, who have a fat wife at home, wish they had 3 other women on the side.
There's a lot of guys with fat wives at home and happier than they ever been and couldn't imagine dealing with another woman.
Shit, I don't know about that.
You know what's funny?
I don't know about that. I think they've accepted their lot in life and they understand that maybe they can't afford or have time for another woman. But if you mean to tell me that all these dudes, if like a Sophie Rain or someone walked in or a motherfucking Beyonce came in and was like, hey, I want to fuck you. They're like, I'm so happy with my wife. No, go away. Get out of here.
Oh, man.
Really? Really? I don't believe you.
I
don't believe you.
I can tell you don't believe me, but I'm going to tell you what was interesting. Okay. Just experiencing what you were saying. Because it's the fat woman who can get me to go. I love big. That's my.
You like big girls.
I like my girls bigger. So
how big?
Sophie Rain couldn't do nothing.
Miss Pat?
Huh?
Miss Pat?
I think she's so pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, so Miss Pat, but that's my friend. That's my, and I know her husband, and I don't look at her like that.
Okay.
But
her size is what I'm saying. I'm not saying Miss Pat herself. I'm saying her size.
That's what I'm saying. I don't look at her body. The body matters. I don't look at Miss Pat's body. I don't look at none of that. Let me think. I don't
Lizzo.
I'll name some people. Lizzo. Right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Lizzo, Amber P. Riley.
Who is this?
Oh boy. I got a few.
Yeah, Amber P. Riley a little big for me.
Yeah.
I would pass on Amber P. Riley.
Right.
Pretty girl, by the way. No, I want anyone bashing
this
me
is
for
how we got here. No. We got here based off of appreciation. He talked about a type and his perspective.
Not my type.
And I'm telling him.
A little big for me,
Yeah, and I'm telling him what he deems his type ain't mine. Like the women that a lot of people would deem, man, I push them off a building to get the Amber P and Lizzo.
Okay, so would you sleep with a woman heavier than you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, heavier than me? No, I'm pretty heavy.
How much you weigh?
I'm pretty heavy. I'm almost 300.
Okay, so would you date a woman over 300?
She'd have to be really tall.
Like 7 feet tall?
She had to be really tall. Because
your height, same weight. Would you do it?
The makeup ain't gonna be the same.
What do you mean?
Men and women's bodies aren't the same.
Right.
So she's gonna have less muscle density and stuff like that. Her body just isn't gonna look like mine. I can be 300 pounds with no rolls.
No, you can't. No, you
I'm not taking off my clothes to show you, but I'm telling you.
No. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10", 300 pounds, no rolls, no fat?
No fat. I'm fat, but it's not rolls. I don't have stretch marks. I ain't got none of the, nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're built at 300 pounds.
No. I'm not like an NFL player, no shit like that. But a woman at 300, it's gonna be difficult for her to be solid at 300. You know what I mean? So it's just gonna look different. I'd have to see her because I don't ever and the number don't matter to me. It's just what in my mind, because I deal with bigger women, I know what 215, 250, 270, and 300. I know the difference between them by eyeballing them. And I think 300 is a little heavy for me.
Okay, I looked up heavy female celebs.
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. But that had a lot to do with her being funny.
Gabori Sidibe.
No.
Amy Schumer.
No.
Monique.
Monique is gorgeous. Shout out to Monique. She's always been very kind to me.
What's funny is the list starts to just fall off.
Yeah.
Rebel Wilson.
No.
There's really not a lot of heavy female celebs. It's really kind of interesting.
Yeah, the same.
There really isn't.
It really isn't, no, but...
Women got it tough, man.
Yeah,
you can be
they
a
do.
famous fat guy, but being a famous fat girl,
it's very
rare.
Very rare.
Very rare. You really got to be like
and it speaks to the talent.
extra talent.
It speaks
like
to the
Adele.
talent.
Like, remember when Adele,
Yeah.
what about early Adele? Adele's skinny now, but early Adele.
Nah, never really did it for me.
No. But she was heavy.
She was heavy. It's not the heaviness that you still have to be my type. I still have to look at you and be like, like Lizzo is very pretty to me. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not, and I can do a woman that's 110. It's not like I'm anti any other. A gorgeous woman is a gorgeous woman, but they don't end for me until you got to be pretty big for me to be like, nah.
Yeah, listen, I've slept with a couple of big girls. I mean, there was a big...
I'm from the South, too, so...
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
There's that. I mean, listen, you never really see me with skinny girls.
Yeah.
My girls are always, like, on the thicker side.
Me, too. It's always thicker.
Yeah, it's always been thicker, but... In terms
160,
of
170,
fat,
I'm always around.
But I'm 6'2", 205.
Yeah.
So... I can't. Even being with tall women is weird with me. Like a woman who's like 5'10" is always weird to me.
Yeah,
5'10", 6 feet. Yeah, like all my girls have been like 5'2". Like, that's like really
I
normal.
don't care nothing about none of that. As long as she don't care, I don't care. I usually around the 5'7" range.
Okay.
Tend to like me. 5'7", thicker. It's always been my thing. That's my jam. I'ma marry that. When you see me married, trust me, you're gonna be like, dag, she's gonna be in between 160, 150, and 200 at 5'7", 5'4" to 5'7" range. That's what it's gonna be. That's how I get down.
Make sure you get a prenup.
Oh no, I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about prenup. You can take me for everything I got.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, this is the
okay.
Me and you are always gonna be different when it comes to that.
Okay. Let me tell you something. My man Johnny Gill, right?
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, was telling me that he's gonna be singing at Earthquake's wedding.
Yeah.
Right? And me and Earthquake are cool. We hadn't seen each other for a while. He hadn't been interviewed in a while. We didn't really keep in touch, but I had his phone number. So I called him up. I'm like, hey, yo, it's Vlad. Yo, let me holler at you for a second. So he called me. Yo, what up, man? I said, yo, I heard you getting married. He said, yeah. I said, you got a prenup? He said, absolutely.
Yeah.
He said, in fact, I remember when he did my show a little bit later, because he had a Netflix special that was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
He said after his first divorce, it went so bad that his lawyer made him record a video to his future self saying, listen, I heard you're getting married again, and I know you think this is the one, and y'all gonna stay together, and a prenup isn't necessary. And I want to remind you what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
And he watched that video, and he made sure there was a prenup.
So
congratulations, Earthquake. Spent like $1 million on his wedding, and he got a prenup. And I met his beautiful wife recently. Very happy for him. But it was my duty as a man to tell him to get that goddamn prenup first.
And every man that I know will say the same thing to me. But this is the difference between me and a lot of other guys. If I lose the wife, I don't want the house and none of the other stuff anyway.
Okay.
Because heartbreak is a real thing for me. I love authentically. So, and I don't have the same, I don't revere money like that. The divorce ain't gonna end my career. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna be able to do what it is that I do. I think oftentimes in divorce, people, also I'm not the type to, it's gonna be very difficult to divorce me. I'm gonna just it's gonna be very difficult.
If I can have you, no one will.
Yeah. First and foremost,
we're all going down together.
Let's go ahead and put that part out there, because I don't want nobody seeing this like, this is what a sweetheart. Nah, it's gonna be hard to divorce me. I'm not gonna make it easy. We gonna make it work. But if it has to end, then it has to end. I'm not gonna fight you. The reason I'm not gonna fight is because a lot of people try to hurt people in divorces. That's what happens a lot of time. When the woman knows that you have an attachment to these things, because she thinks you have an attachment to these things over her. So she want to take these things because she know it'll hurt you. She wants you to care.
Yeah.
She wants to punish you.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't have an attachment to it, she can't punish me.
She'll still take it.
No, she can take it.
Because you may not have attachment to that money, but she will. Especially if she doesn't want to work.
Yeah, but that's
she'll have a very strong attachment to that money.
Yeah, but this is the thing. You also got to realize, I have 2 children, right?
Okay.
The way I worked out a deal with the mother of my children, to how much to give her a month, is how much is your rent, how much is your car payment, how much is the insurance for the health insurance or whatever. Boom. And that's what and me and her ain't got no romantic relationship, no nothing. But my kids live there. That's just the type of man that I am.
Okay, you do know that a prenup has nothing to do with child support.
No, what I'm
No,
saying
it's literally you cannot put child support in a prenup. It's a totally separate mechanism.
I agree, but what I'm saying is I don't have a problem taking care of somebody I'm not romantically involved with if, depending on the situation. If you're my ex-wife and you help me build whatever it is that I have, because you can't be my wife if you didn't help me build anything. I'm not marrying nobody. I'm not going to be.
There's lots of ex-wives that didn't do shit.
Yes, they can't.
There's lots of ex-wives that actually even hurt.
Yeah, but they can't
the husband.
But they can't be my.
Them trying to build
but
something.
they can't be my ex-wife because that's a prerequisite to even being my wife.
Until you find out later. Then
No, Vlad, you cannot be my wife. I have to be able to be richer with you than without you. If you don't bring that kind of value, I'm not marrying you. I'm not marrying. That's a bad investment. I'm not marrying a bill. I'm not marrying a depreciating asset. I'm not doing that. No, but at the same time, if I really loved you and we went through a lot together or whatever, I'm cool with seeing you live. You know what I mean? But I've seen nasty divorces. I've seen where they try to hurt you. They really try to hurt you. They want it ain't like they'll have enough to live better than they lived with you. And it still not be enough.
Listen, I interviewed Clifton Powell.
Yeah.
And he ended up homeless after his divorce.
Yeah.
He was sleeping in the back of his friend's house who was a hoarder.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta tell you, man. I was going through it. I had any money. I didn't have any money, and the cops pulled me over. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I had gone up, I think it was Walmart or Target, and I made a registration sticker and put it on my car.
Well, you had a fake registration sticker.
I had a fake registration sticker on my truck, man. I mean, I had no money, man, and I'm homeless. I'm living with one of my friends out of my truck, and I had to get to the store, get some food.
You're doing Dead Presidents and Next Friday, and you're living in this horrible house filled with just junk.
Yeah.
And sleeping out your car sometimes because you got wiped out in the divorce.
Yeah. But
you had no prenup.
People got to stop living a lifestyle that you can't maintain. You got to live a lifestyle at half. Or let's say, like if somebody go, if they took 75% from you right now, could you still live the life you live in? I'd be like, yeah. Because I don't use that much of it to live the way that I live. I'm really low maintenance.
Yeah, listen, I feel that these days, if you're a man or a woman with a significant amount of money, with potential to make a significant amount of money, you shouldn't even get married. You should just live with that person.
Boom. Yeah. I agree with that, Vlad. I agree
There's
with that.
no need to sign a paper that says that this person is now legally tied to you financially. And
I agree with that.
Long-term repercussions of all that. If that person wants to be with you, you could support them financially. Y'all could possibly live together or have separate places. You could have kids together because the child support is always separate. But actually signing that paper, I just think doesn't make any sense once you reach a certain point in your life.
That's what we agree. Okay. See, I would just tell I would tell plenty of men, not listen to me. A prenup shouldn't even be part of the conversation. Don't even get married. I tell men all the time, don't even allow somebody to get used to the lifestyle that you've created for yourself. Always leave something for you.
Yeah.
That they don't get to, because they will go to court and be like, I'm accustomed to this. I'm accustomed to that. Don't ever let them be accustomed to whatever. You let them be accustomed to whatever you're cool with parting with. You know what I mean? Yeah. So don't get it twisted. Just because I'm a lover boy don't mean that I tell other. This is not advice I give to other men. I'm saying I'm willing to take being bludgeoned in court because I'm a hopeless romantic, bro. I believe me and mine is gonna make it to the end. I really believe it. I really believe it. And I would have to believe it to even get married. You know? And I'm the type that I would, even though comedy is everything to me, I'd give up my career for my wife. So
you'd give up your career for your wife. And what do you get on the back end?
Her.
Okay.
Her. We'll figure it out. However I need to figure it out, I'll figure it out. If I can't feel that way about you, I'd never marry you. I never marry somebody I can't feel that way about.
Okay. Listen. If
I'm not easy to marry. I'm not.
And hence you're single right now.
Yeah, I'm not easy to marry. But if I do get married, no, I'm all in.
You're all in.
I'm pushing all the chips in the bit. Like, hey, and when that roulette, the fuck up, and I lose everything, I just gotta go. Bad bet.
Well, you said that you would put on a dress like in a movie for $10 million.
You think that's what I said? That's definitely not what I said.
Is that what you said?
No.
What'd you say?
I said I would never put on a dress.
For no amount of money?
No amount of money.
Okay.
And then people ask me, like I've literally been asked, what if they offer you 10 million? So that's where the 10 million number comes from.
Oh, okay.
And
You
then,
didn't say you'd never put on a dress?
Nah, I couldn't do it.
For example, Aries, I bring this up sometimes during our interviews.
Yeah, Aries got range.
Well, he
with Damon Wayans.
Well, he did a skit where he kissed a man.
Oh yeah, that was a music video.
Yes,
Yeah.
he made a music video where he's like, when I say my man, I really mean my man. It's like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that myself.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
I wouldn't do it.
Wouldn't do it.
I don't look down on Aries for doing it.
I don't. But is there a price for me doing that? Yes.
See?
Yes.
None.
For me to say I wouldn't do that for $1 billion, I would be lying to you right now.
I wouldn't.
I would be lying to you. Kissing a man in a music video.
I'd be suicidal.
For $1 billion? Now, this is obviously a ridiculous concept. No one's going to pay me anything to do that.
Exactly.
Right? No one's going to pay me $100 to do that. Right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if someone gave me $1 billion to the point where me and every person I know,
well, it's
$1
fine
billion
from
is
now on,
1,000
yeah.
million.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 million. That means I can make 500 of my closest friends millionaires.
Yeah.
And still have $500 million left.
Yeah.
For a kiss?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
I hear you.
And you're saying you wouldn't do it.
Can't do it.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I know you don't. Because you don't understand the type of person I am, man. I'm something is like my brain is different. Like I could really sit there and be like because this is the thing. They be like, Ryan, $1 billion to kiss a dude. I'd be like, how much if my brother do it?
Zero. He already does that shit. Does that shit for free.
Because that's
probably pay some dude to do it.
Yeah, because I'm like, because I'm sitting here like, the money is not ever gonna make me okay with how I feel after I get it. I'll never be able to live with myself feeling bought. I can't. That's me.
Okay, so here's a debate that I've had with a lot of people. Do you think that money brings happiness?
No.
You know what's funny? I asked Country Wayne the same question. He said, even if it doesn't, it's so damn close, you can't tell the difference.
If you a celebrity and you living good, you got to have the baby mamas living to a certain, because they going to always feel like, I knew you when you didn't have that. So what I do, man, if people knew how much money I really gave my baby mamas for real, they'd be like, you's a dummy. But what it did, it keep them not, money don't make you happy. Money don't give you joy, but it makes you so close you don't know the difference.
Yo, that's one of the best definitions. Because I always have these conversations, on my show where, I say money makes you happy. It definitely makes you less unhappy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can feel that. I'm going to tell you what.
I disagree with you. I actually think absolutely 100% money brings happiness because it alleviates a whole lot of unhappiness when you don't have any money.
Because it's choices, right? It's all about choices. When you have money, you feel like everything is at your fingertips. So that's what's making you happy, right? That you don't have to make decisions, right? You're like, if I want it, I can get it. It eliminates a lot of decision making. So that eliminates a lot of anxiety because you don't have to, it eliminates a lot of worry. You ain't never got to worry about bills. You know they paid already.
Right.
You know they get, so it gives the illusion of happiness because it's so many things. But if you could teach yourself not to worry about certain things, right, you can always do enough. Like if you have a garden, you'll eat. You know what I mean? If you decide to do that, you know, you can choose to do stuff that allows you to live, and you can be comfortable and you can be happy. You know what makes me happy? This is why I have this perspective. Being around the people I enjoy being around, no matter what we're doing, I'm happy doing that. Like there's no experience I can have where if I ain't got like my best friends with me, it's not going to be the same experience. And you can tell me, hey, we can give you a lesser experience, but your guys can come. I know that's a 30 times better experience. So for me, a lot of my happiness comes with being able to share life with people I care about. You know what I mean?
Did you ever see my interview with Michael Vick?
Mm-mm. But I've seen pieces of it, and I know you had the conversation about, because it was tough for him. He couldn't live without giving back to his friends.
And I said, fuck all that.
You got a crew.
Yeah, but I don't financially support him though.
Yeah, well, I mean, back you 20 years old, it might have been different. You had a couple $1 million. You might look at it different. You know what I'm saying? You and your boys, y'all had it lit. It's like walking in that back room and you broke and you find $20 million and you found it. They was outside. You ain't gonna give them nothing. You're not gonna give him a dime. You got a kids and he trying to get an apartment. You're not gonna help him when you got a pocket full of money.
It's a tough situation.
No, it's not a tough situation. I don't think it's a tough situation.
I've dealt with it. I've dealt with friends, and it's always.
I don't think it's tough.
It's always they're your best friends until the one time you tell them no.
Hey, you said fuck all that. I
said,
did see that.
He said, well, you mean tell me, Vlad, that if you found $10 million in the back room, you wouldn't share it with your friends? And I'm like, well, that's not the same as getting an NFL contract.
Yeah.
That you had to work for to get on your own, and then your bum-ass friends started dogfighting competitions at one of your homes, which ended up you going to prison, going bankrupt.
Man.
And luckily able to get your NFL, career back on track because you were young enough when it happened. But this is all your friends doing right here.
Mm-hmm.
You try to bring all your friends along and try to support all your friends and everything else like that. Like I don't do that shit. My friends need money, I'll lend it to them, and I'll expect that I'll never get it back. But I'm not taking them around everywhere. I don't have a big entourage. I'm not flying them out. I'm not paying their bills. I'm not giving them jobs that they're not qualified for, that type of shit. Fuck all that. And I saw, Michael Vick, he ended up in prison over that shit.
Yep.
Allen Iverson, one of your idols, got fucked up over that, having this big entourage that, Mike Tyson has gotten fucked up over that. You see it time and time again.
You know the difference between their entourage and mine?
A lot smaller?
All mine would have took the charge.
Yeah?
Every single one. Wouldn't even have hesitated. Ryan wasn't even there.
There's a picture of y'all two. Wasn't there.
Wasn't there.
That's fun. That's AI.
Yep. My guys?
Yeah.
It ain't even a conversation. It ain't even a conversation.
Would they do life in prison over you?
That's when we have but we've had this conversation.
You had this conversation, okay.
Because then we're getting into a different conversation, right? Because when we talking life in prison, we talking about our children now.
Okay.
Right? Could I allow a friend of mine to be away from their kids over something I did? And I don't know if I could let them do that. Could I let them sit down for a couple years? Yeah, sometimes you gotta sit down.
You gotta take one for the team.
You gotta take one for the team. They don't mind that. We had those conversations. But when we started talking life, at some point you gotta be accountable for it. Whatever you did to get you life, you gotta be accountable for that. And I don't think I could look myself in the mirror knowing that because in that case I would feel like I did it. I took this man or this woman away from their family selfishly. I ain't try to split the time with you. I ain't try to work out no deal or nothing. I just let you sit down. For life over me, I just can't. But I really love my friends. I really love the people I deal with.
Look, my son, someone I've known for a long time.
I like my son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about this, and I've always thought he was crazy for this. He was hanging out with his friends. They ended up beating up and robbing like a cab driver.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone got arrested. The cab driver thought that he was the one that did it, so the cab driver pointed him out in the lineup. His friends were the ones who did it because he didn't want to be a snitch.
Oh, yeah, he crazy.
He ended up going to court over it and ended up getting 7 years. His friends never came forward and said it was them. He did the whole 7 years. He had a rap career that was popping at the time. He was signed to Violator. He had features with Mace and all that. He comes out. His rap career never got off the ground again. You know, he had a few songs here and there.
But that's why my friends take the charge. They know I'll take care of their family, regardless. You don't let the primary moneymaker go.
Well, there wasn't a lot of money though.
It ain't a lot of money, but I had the most potential.
Yeah.
So the moneymaker, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're a team.
Yeah.
Right?
And he had, I think, a newborn right around that time.
You see what I'm saying?
He missed the first 7 years of his son's life.
Now, this is the thing about me. Why I don't even, that's another reason why these conversations are easy for me. Because I'm square. You see what I'm saying? My friends, if any of my friends has ever done dirt, no, you don't even do dirt around Ryan. Because you know what that looked like. Police pull us over. Who gun is this? Yeah, who gun is this? I was like, you gonna tell them? Or because I got about 5 minutes before I
snitch?
Before I say something. Because you gonna let me go. Because if you a friend of mine, I already told you, don't have that shit around me.
Yeah.
That's an understanding we have. I don't think any less of you, no nothing. You doing whatever you do, because I'm not gonna take care of you. Unless I'm gonna take care of you, I can't tell you how to go about. I can give you advice. I can tell you whether I like it or not, or what if you know. But I'm responsible for what's around me. Don't bring that shit around me.
Yeah.
Because
I have a rule in life, right? You can't be friends with me if you're still actively a criminal.
Yeah.
Now you could have a past.
Yeah.
I have friends who are killers.
Yeah.
I have friends that caught multiple bodies.
Yeah.
That's okay. They're not on that anymore.
Yeah.
They've turned their life around. They went to prison or they did whatever. I had friends who were drug dealers. I have friends that were scammers, people with all type, gangsters, all that. But they're not on that anymore.
Yeah.
If you're leaving, and this is why a lot of times people accuse me of being the feds or the police or whatever else. I interview a lot of guys that are still actively doing crimes.
Yeah.
While they're rapping or being a social media influencer or producer or actor or whatever. They end up going to jail, getting arrested. So it's because of Vlad. That Vlad interview put him in prison. No. I don't know what the fuck they were doing after they left that interview.
Yeah.
Our interview didn't have nothing to do with their active crimes. It might have been over some shit they did 20 years ago that they did prison time for and it's past statute of limitations. But you can't be around me. And I've had,
But they understand that I got a career. Why would you even bring that up? That's why I'm saying actively, I was using it as an example, but it would be crazy for a scenario to come up where anything like jail time would even come up because I'm square and all my guys are square for the most part. So I just don't play around like that. You know what I mean? These are easy decisions to make if anything comes up. If anything comes up, these are going to be easy decisions to make for sure.
Well, that's what it is. Ryan Davis.
Yeah.
Man, to see someone 7 years ago at the start of their career and seeing the potential in that person the way I did.
Yeah, how you did.
And to see how they've grown from great stand-ups to tearing down shows that I got to see in person to being on one of my favorite TV shows, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and just generally making an impact in this world of comedy, which honestly I had nothing to do with, right? I can't take any credit for what you did because we did an interview a long time ago.
Yeah, did it a long time ago.
Long time ago. But to see that growth is really just amazing. And to think that I caught someone like this early on in their career and got to see where their mind state is and talking about how they're setting out their goals and their dreams and actually achieving it. Yeah. That's the hard part.
That's the hard part.
Hard. Everyone's got great ideas.
Man,
I'm going to do this. I'm going to create the next this. I'm going to be the next that. You know how many emails like this I get? Yo, Vlad, I'm going to do this. You need to invest in me. I'm not investing in none of that bullshit. Show me what you've already done.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, when I reached out to you, it's not like I found you just doing nothing.
Yeah.
You were already putting in work. You were already putting out content. You were already funny. And I just saw the potential. And I said, yo, let me...
Yeah.
You know, put them on my platform, see where it goes.
Yeah, you put me up twice before I even got,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. And to see you like tear down that show.
Yeah.
In LA, where I live.
Yeah.
To a big audience like that.
Yeah.
Was bad. It was just dope, man. It was dope.
Man,
and I've always been happy to see,
it.
you know, people that I fuck with do well.
Thank you, man. That does mean a lot. Cause man, not a lot of platforms was I think yours was the first major platform to ever give me an interview.
Really?
Or really showcase me in that way. Yeah. That's why like I know it might be some people who will see me do this interview that may have an issue with you or whatever and be like, dag, you on Vlad? Well, the Vlad ain't never fronted on me. Like I'm loyal to a fault. You know what I mean? That's why I tell you relationships mean a lot to me.
It's everything, man. Like where I'm in life right now, it's all relationship based. This interview came together because of what we did 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And then it got triggered because I went to a show physically and talked to people and so forth. And me and you got to physically reconnect again and hug and, you know, laugh it up and take pictures together and plan this out. It's all relationships.
It's all relationships.
All of it. Oh, yeah, the money helps, you know, but there's no money even being changing hands right now.
No,
this is all pure relationship.
And that's why, like, industry stuff, I'll never be like a quote-unquote industry guy because for me, relationships are real. You know what I mean? And so when relationships go sour, I'm never it's just business thing type of dude. It's like, nah. It's like, nah, we get one trip around the sun. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. You know what I mean? I'm giving you access to some of my time, the one resource I never get back.
Yeah.
And you giving me yours. I appreciate that's meaningful to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Vlad.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you too. And that was, you know, the first time we actually got to just chop it up off camera and talk. I was like, yo, this is a genuine dude, man. Let's exchange numbers, let's build, let's do some shit. And I think this is gonna be the start of a bunch of shit that we do.
Yeah, nah, man, this is gonna be
that's what it is.
Something beautiful.
Yep. Till next time. Peace.